Right, guys. So, we're going to review the full gameplay from when we were playing on the playtests before we did the reveal event. This gameplay I've already shown, but I thought I would just talk over the top of it anyway, because it just makes it easier. I've already done like a whole Battlefield 6 review video, and I've just talked about how there's a lot of things that I love. There's a few things that I don't like, but I mostly like a lot of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm like an 80-20 on things that I like versus things I don't like. Did I ever find out what the specs of the PCs I was playing on were? No, but I assume they were quite high-end. I really should have checked the specs of the PC, because that would have helped a lot. But then again, I didn't even show my frame rate either. Oh, recons have C4 again, and I think the only problem is we were limited on what gadgets we could use. This motion sensor, by the way, the tugs, horrific. The tugs is so bad. It's really like they need to increase the range that the tugs what's the word? Scans people to like double. It's the size of a room when you put it down. And I think there is motion balls in this game, so I will not be using the motion sensor. I'm going to be using the motion balls 100%. Oh, the broadcast said we were on 9800 X3Ds with 5070s. Okay. So there you go. 9800 X3D. So basically my CPU with a 5070. So pretty strong PCs. I was playing with DLSS, by the way. DLSS quality. So I was playing at 1440p. But I was upscaling from 1080p without even realizing. And honestly, I could not tell. And that's rare. That's actually rare. That I usually can't tell that I'm playing with DLSS on. Will it run good on a 4090? Of course it will, yeah. 4090 is insane. Oh yeah, that's another thing as well. You know the beta access? I don't think you need... you don't need to buy the game to get beta access. And I don't even think you get beta access even if you buy the game. If you pre-order it. So, I don't know why they've done that. I don't know why they... I think if people wanted to pre-order, surely you give them access to the beta. Like the closed beta, for instance. So if you guys didn't know, there's going to be a closed beta. Oh, that was a good nade. That was a perfect nade right there. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't give you access to the closed beta if you pre-order, but, I mean, I don't know anything. You have early access for the beta with EA Pro. Oh, that's how they're doing it. Pre-order gets 2A's early access? What, into the beta? Okay, because I got confused because I wasn't sure about how it worked. But yeah, I think on Thursday, by the way, that's when we'll get drops again, where you'll be able to get access to the game. But yeah, so sniping on Breakthrough, which is what we're playing right now, was good, even on the close range maps. I don't know what this sniper's supposed to be, whether it's supposed to be like a medium range sniper or whatever, but it wasn't great at close range because it didn't do that much damage. Look, 60 damage there to the chest at medium range, which means that if I was to shoot that guy and peek him with my pistol, I would 100% lose it. I would never win that fight. What scope magnification are there? So during this gameplay session, we only had access to like half the attachments, as far as I'm aware. So half the scopes, I think. So they only had a 8x scope and a 6x scope, and that's it. They had nothing else. There was obviously like loads of red dots and stuff like that, like a 2.5x. They had an ACOG as well. I used the ACOG for a bit, but I actually didn't think it was worth using the ACOG. One thing as well that I think is different, have you noticed that the FOV of the scopes is smaller than we're used to as well? Right? So usually, as far as I remember, 6x scopes used to take up your whole screen when you scoped in. Whereas now, it's almost like looking down like an ACOG, as opposed to having the scope come all the way into your face. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a little, I don't know why it's like that, because I'm pretty sure they used to do that in the past. But it also means, I guess, you can be a bit more aggressive because now you can actually see what's around your scope. And I'm not sure if you can turn off that depth of field effect around the scope like you could in previous games. It might have to be there now. They need to remove the bunny hopping. So here's the thing. Now this is going to be a controversial opinion. I don't think they need to remove the bunny hopping. They need to remove the momentum from bunny hopping. So I think you should be able to jump, and that's it. So you jump across the screen, you jump once, and then you lose your momentum. I think that's the best way to do it, so that people can't literally look like they're playing CS bunny hop. Because that you could basically do 2 bunny hops and keep the momentum before it would slow you down. Do I have a video that goes through the settings? No, I thought I recorded some, because I was talking on my in my review video. I talked about there's 2 new settings that I found in the menus, which was there's a new setting called Flick Look, which is where you set a button to basically quickly look like in a certain direction. I didn't get to test it because we had to get our footage. Like, we basically got on the PCs within 20 minutes. They're like, right, okay, now go. So we kind of just wanted to get on with it, and I didn't want to test any of this stuff. But there's a new effect called Flick Look, which means I think you can look in a direction instantly, almost like looking over your shoulder, like free look, I guess. And then there's also when you're changing your sensitivity in the game, it tells you what your 360 in centimeters is, using 400, 800, and 1600 DPI. Or maybe the minimum's 800 DPI. So it tells you exactly what your sensitivity is based on when you change your sensitivity slider. Yeah, I know, dude. The slide clip from you is pretty insane. Any thoughts on the slide? It's readable, but there was the other clip. So there's the clip where I do the slide and I spray someone down. But then there's the clip where someone slides towards me and then jumps sideways. They strafe jump as they come out of the slide. That's that's the one that was just literally like, okay, dude. That's the one I'm not so sure about. I don't know if you should be able to instantly jump to the side when you slid forward in a direction. Am I confident with EA anti-cheat? Their anti-cheat has been good so far. It's never been as bad as other games. Do you hope there's dynamic weather? Oh, I don't know about that. So, one thing I sometimes see... I think these were sweet spot kills, by the way, just then. One thing I sometimes see is you see this bullet on the kill feed. You see like a bullet with a flame symbol around it. And does that mean it's like a penetration kill? I'll see if I can find it. Did I see any tornadoes? No, unfortunately not. Missed quite a few shots here. Yeah, so I think that's again, look. I think these are sweet spot kills here. Are we back, Stod? Maybe, Jeff, maybe. Jumping around corners whilst hip firing looks broken. Yeah. So okay, there you go. Right, that's something to show. So wait for it. Wait for it. There you go. Do you see the rainbow? The rainbow glint. That's the sweet spot. It doesn't look too bad. It does look a bit silly. But like, this is what I was talking about when I said that the sweet spot rainbow glints back. That's what I saw in that first clip on that video. So if someone's looking at you and they have a glint like this, it means they're going to kill you in one shot. So if you see someone with this glint, they're going to one-shot you in the chest. It looks goofy. Looks a little strange. I mean, it's not too bad, but at least it's obvious. You thought that was a flashlight. No, this is the scope glint. No. That's actually really cool. Well, it's certainly something. I mean, personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Sweet Spot, but I also understand that people liked it from Battlefield 1. I would prefer that the snipers just one-shot kill in the chest within 0 to 10 meters than having any sweet spot anywhere else. But we only have access to one sniper. So there might be a sniper that has a sweet spot within 10 meters or between 10 and 30 meters or something. You know what I mean? Like, I like the old ways of Battlefield 3, 4. I guess Battlefield 5 didn't actually have any kind of close range one shot. But as you'll see later, because obviously in this game I was kind of hanging back and not really using my pistol. As you'll see later, there's a lot of times where I hit someone in the chest, pull out my pistol, and then I die, like, instantly. And there's no way I could ever... the sniper that kills within 10 meters is called a shotgun. Well, there you go. So what difference does it make? Demovier, thank you. Did I see Shroud bugging you up last night whilst watching the sniper video? I did, yeah. Someone mentioned that Shroud was watching the video, and honestly, he gave some premium gas, which was very nice. Although I think he actually overgassed me, because I'm pretty sure when I played against Shroud in the Battlefield 5 tournament, he did absolutely smash me a lot. I don't remember if I even got him that many times. There you go. So there you go. And again, how do I get... I wish I could go back and make this easier. So look at the kill feed, top right. So what was the difference between these two shots? This one was a headshot, and then this one has the symbol, but I didn't shoot through anything, I don't think. No, it wasn't a clack, because the first guy was a separate kill. So you get this weird... So maybe it means it went through something. Because, and that's another thing which is important about penetration. There was 2 different rounds. In fact, I'll show you guys. Maybe I can go and find it. There was 2 different rounds. Let me see if I can find it. So game captures, menus, and I went through all of the sniper attachments. There you go. So I went through all of the sniper attachments. So here's all the scopes. And this is all the scopes that we have access to. And I think there is more. I hope there's more. In fact, if I remember from labs, you have access to a lot more like longer range sniper scopes. All right. I'm going to give you some penetration tips. That's right. So these are all the scopes that we had. So 4x, 2.5 or 3.5x, 8x was that one? I went through it. Let me just see. So this is the 6x. The 6x. Okay, this is what I'm going to use, because I'm used to the 6x on every game that I play. Jack Frags went through the menus, and then that's the 250... Wait, what? Oh, because it's not catching up. So that's a 5x. So yeah, the maximum we had was a 6x. I thought it was a 10x. No, so this is... that's a 6x, that's a 5x. And then, yeah, the 4x, and a 3x, and a 2.5x. Right. What else did I look at? Okay, yeah. AG coating reduces the amount of reflected light, narrowing the visible cone of a scope glint. New attachment, by the way. And then for some reason, adding iron sights even as a second, or counted iron sight was 10, but I didn't see the point in that. You've got 2 hip fire lasers. These just increase hip fire, as you can imagine. And for some reason, they increase mobility. Movement speed. Weird. Rangefinder. And there was weapon zeroing as well. Very important. The only thing is, and I know people are going to be pissed about this, from what I could tell, you could only zero up to 500 meters. For some reason. I guess because a lot of the maps are never going to be over 500 meters, but it's like it goes like 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and that's it, and then just stops. Might depend on the scope. True. These, apart from maybe the suppressor, these are all going to be useless. Don't even bother having these on the gun. You're going to think about it. Every time you scope in and you fire, the recoil is relevant because you're going to rechamber. And then the gun's going to go back to the beginning anyway, so you can just forget all this stuff. Can I explain weapon zeroing? I can. Basically, if you know the range and how far you're going to fire, you don't have. If you know, you can basically adjust the scope to automatically aim for where it would hit at that distance, so you don't have to adjust the bullet drop. There you go. Wait, let me just read those again. What was that one? So it was 2 barrels. Yes. Okay. So this one has. I don't know if you guys can see this at the bottom here. So this is your headshot multiplier here on the bottom right. This is your ADS speed. This is your bullet velocity. And this is how long it takes to reload. So 3.2 second reload, 900 meters a second bullet velocity, 300 milliseconds ADS speed, and a 1.7x headshot multiplier. 5-round mag, 43 rounds per minute, 100 damage. And this one increased my bullet velocity to 1,125. That is significant. 1,125 bullet velocity is like more than what we saw in any other Battlefield game, I think. And this is just one of the first snipers. This is just like almost like a scout sniper, it feels like. So that's an insane amount of bullet velocity for a video game like this. 900 meters a second, by the way, is the fastest sniper rifle in Battlefield 4. So, and also, yeah, this is when, by the way, I'd made this sniper class, and then I looked into this underbarrel, right? So you got enables supported shooting stance and a minor benefit to aiming speed. Not sure what that means. Maybe you can lean it on something. I didn't actually try that. Provides minor benefit to aiming speed. Yeah. At the cost of aimed accuracy whilst moving, and then this one minor benefit. So this one adds a deficit whilst it adds a positive. This one just adds a straight positive. And now, when you're thinking a minor benefit to aim down sight speed, you're probably thinking, it won't make that much difference. It's a what is it? It's like a 15% improvement to aim down sight speed. That's an enormous amount. Okay? Enormous amount. And then it was the 5-round versus the... I don't know why I didn't use... and that's another thing. Something they've actually done really good with this attachment system, right? So the difference between the 5-round magazine and the 8-round magazine, right, is the 5-round's 5, the 8-round is 25. So they put a huge cost on using the 8-round magazine. Which means that you're actually going to have to... If I wanted to use the 8-round magazine, I would have to get rid of another one of the good attachments that I already have. So if I actually want to use So they've actually thought about this and gone, oh yeah, we should actually make extended mags have an impact on whether I'm going to be able to use the gun or not. Well, which is great. And then, look at this. Look, FMJ, full metal grade ammunition with standard penetration. And then, improved bullet penetration. So, in the past, I'm pretty sure with every Battlefield game, we've never had proper bullet penetration. What happens is, you can either shoot through it or you can't. That's right, penetration, chat. That's right. You can either shoot through something or you can't. If it's a wooden fence, the bullet just goes straight through and just does the same amount of damage if it wasn't there. Now that they're talking about improved bullet penetration, now we're talking about the fact that damage values can maybe be different when you hit through a surface. Right? Because otherwise, what would be the point? If it was just old penetration from the other games, then it wouldn't matter. Right? And then ergonomics, what was this? Oh, I think I did go for this. So being able to rechamber whilst aiming. 30 points, though, to do that. 30 points. I think I did end up putting this on, but I think with the style that I play, I could probably get away with using the 8-round magazine instead of this. So there you go. That's all the attachments for the sniper. I don't think there was anything else I needed to explain. Let's go back. And then we'll watch this one, which is... This is one that I've not shown at all. And I think I get battered a little bit here. We end up getting stuck in our spawn in this one for a while before we can push out, I think. There was a semi-automatic DMR that could one-shot in the head in the labs test. Yeah, but didn't they have that in the other games, but you had to be within 10 meters, so it was kind of like... It was alright, but... Okay. Can I go over everything I just said again? Yeah, sure. Does it feel like COD AAA? No, it doesn't feel like COD. It does feel like COD on the small the small modes sometimes, but oh, there you go, sweet spot. You saw that? That person had the sweet spot, and then I got headshot, but I kind of deserved it. Oh, and also with the recon class, you know how you have your perks. So this is something I genuinely did not notice at all until after the event. I didn't know that you could see your perk levels down here to the bottom right. Down here to the bottom right is where you can see how far you are in your perk levels. So I'm currently working towards level 1. And I think once I hit level 1, my headshots will stop people from being revived. And then level 2, I think I get auto spotting. And then level 3... I get a UAV, which I never used, and I'm sorry. I actually got a UAV and I didn't realize. I never used the UAV. It's perk related whether a headshot's survivable. That's right, yeah. How does the level increase? With points. So look, I'm almost at level 2 now. There you go. I just got... Oh, no. So level 2 is headshots from Sniper Run Revival. I didn't actually see what the first one was. Oh, level 1, you slow healing. So look, I'm about to hit the UAV now, look, on the right. Is there a lean button? No, there's no leaning. No leaning. Leaning would be nice, but nah, they've simplified that. Does it tell you which scopes cause glint? No, it doesn't actually, or maybe it does. I didn't see what it said. Myth was going off during the live stream. He was doing really well. How did mouse input feel when you were playing? It felt really good, and I don't even think that I had the best like performance. Like obviously 100 FPS I felt most of the time. But yeah, the mouse input felt good, especially on the second day when I was actually playing in the reveal event. My mouse input felt better than it did on this day. Does it have SBMM? No, they've said they've already explained their matchmaking system for joining servers. Does destruction feel pre-calculated? I was pretty sure. Did that guy just let me kill him? I shot him and he just kind of stared at me and went. There is matchmaking, yes. So if you guys want to know, the matchmaking, they've already said, and I think this is probably the right thing to do. They matchmake based on platform. So they try and match you into a game where people are playing on your platform. I mean, maybe you want matchmaking, right? If you're playing on console, you want to play against console people. They're also trying to say that they matchmake the teams, not necessarily the people that join the server. So once they've found all the relative people, they'll try and make the teams... actually, I don't know if it works the other way around. No, there's no server browser for the normal game modes, no. I know you want a server browser. Guys, I'd love a server browser. They're not going to do it. It's not like they're going to go back from the 2042 system. They're basically using the same 2042 system for the matchmaking. The gameplay feels too fast. You have to understand that everyone that's playing in this server is a FPS content creator. Every single person who was invited to this event was essentially, maybe like 10% of them were like VTubers and stuff. But like 90% of the people here are FPS content creators. So they know exactly how to play the game. So obviously it feels fast because no one's making mistakes. Steven, thank you very much, by the way. Thesocratic, thank you very much for the 2 months. Sweat laws. Yeah, no, everyone was like, you have to remember, everyone was sweaty during this event. Oh, and also, the one bug I kept on having is, you see how I was placing down the spawn beacon and the... tugs. Sometimes, especially on this map, it would just go through the floor all the time. And I don't know, and I don't really like the animation for putting it down because it often has issues. But on the other map, no issues. But I think it's because when it's on a hill, when there's any kind of elevation change, you put them down on a hill, they sometimes just disappear. Did we go to In and Out? Yeah, we went to In and Out. Yeah. The press were also here on the same servers. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I got a few of the press. But like for instance, I've got Imperial How in my squad. I got killed by Hanky, who's a COD pro or a COD Warzone pro, just like 5 seconds ago. What do you think about input-based matchmaking? Well, that means that the controller players on PC would get to play against primarily controller players on console, which would be exactly what happens in Warzone, and then they would just smash them. Video was on point? Yeah. Where's the sniper sweet spot? 80 meters. Did I have fun? Yeah, it was great fun. I would say I definitely had the most fun when we were playing in the teams. Oh, do I actually get a tank kill here? Well, no, I think I missed my C4s. Yeah, I technically kind of almost did. Can you differentiate between classes? No. Absolutely not. I think I have a... Well, if you watch my BF6 review video, I show all 4 classes standing next to each other. 3 of them look identical. The Recon class is the only class I can tell apart because it has ghillie camouflage on the shoulders. So you can immediately see Recons. And also, for some reason, he's got night vision goggles on one of the classes. So you can immediately tell who's a Recon, but you can't tell any other class. Easy FPS. Thank you for the prime. Will they be allowing weapons lock and unlock for classes on launch pit of the base? No, so they're not necessarily doing the unlocked weapon. Look, there you go, the Recon, look. Well, I guess I'll go back a little bit. I wish there was I wasn't at 10 seconds. Look, so you can see this Recon here. Immediately identifiable as the Recon. This guy. Look, you can see he's got a ghillie helmet, ghillie shoulders. You see this guy? That is a medic there. Again, you can tell that's a Recon. Look, immediately identifiable as a Recon. This guy. But then I'm looking at people in the distance and I'm just like, they could be anyone. So one thing that's weird. Do you think that problem will get better or worse with skins? So the thing that I found weird was in Battlefield 3, right? And 4 maybe. The engineer class had a gas mask, right? Did they have a gas mask on every class? I can't remember. Or they had some sort of thing. The gas mask was so easy to instantly identify. It didn't matter what else they were wearing. And then the support had the bandolier, right? So if you saw someone with a bandolier across the chest, you were like, oh, they had the big face, the giant helmets as well. Arsenal only. Oh, but then the US side had the cap. Whereas in this game, the engineer just has a helmet, just like everyone else. So that was an engineer. Do you know why? Because he had an RPG on his back. But the problem is that the assault class has a sledgehammer on his back. So when you see someone with something sticking out over the side, you've got to identify whether it's a sledgehammer or an RPG. And some of the launchers don't have missiles sticking out the top. I think when you spot them, they do have the icon above their head, but that's not going to happen all the time. It's not really as big of a deal. Yeah, so I've already said this. I've said my piece about the classes in Battlefield. The game is still fun without the focus on classes. Not that I'm a big fan of them not focusing on classes. The game's fun regardless. There you go. That was a recon because he had the night vision and the shoulders. Is it comparable to Delta Force? No, this is... No. Do you know what, though? I think Delta Force actually has better class identifiers, though, because people are literally hero characters. That's probably why. Is that a good thing because they have hero characters, or... You tell me. They've definitely made all of the classes look like generic infantry, which is something that I also suggested they do, but maybe not to this extent. You know. In BF4, the support had an ult-in helmet. Yeah, but depending on the team, yeah. Hello. I'm worried that a year on launch, none of the characters look like generic infantry. Well, a bit like Battlefield 5, right? So in Battlefield 5, we just lost all hope. In Battlefield 5, we just lost all hope and we couldn't tell anything from anyone. And it was just like, oh. And there was even... You could even wear a medic helmet on the assault class. Or any class in Battlefield 5. That was a good meme. I don't know if we're going to have proper customization, though. That's something that we couldn't change. I have no idea what the customization is going to be like for characters. The argument is nitpicking its finest. I've already said. I think the game absolutely clears, regardless of the class. Whatever your stance on classes is, the game is fun. You don't have to focus on the classes. There you go. Hey, there you go. There it is. This is what I was talking about in my review video. So sometimes you run up a little ledge, and you just, whoop. So that happens like once a game. And I think I don't know what causes that as well. And then also, so this is a BF5 thing as well. I don't know if you guys played a lot of BF5. As you're running around, you'll constantly skip your feet on random things that for some reason have collision sometimes. So you'll run over 5 rocks in a row like this, and then there'll just be one rock that will just stop you moving for no reason. And you'll just be like, well... And we'll probably get you killed occasionally. And that always happens, especially when they have so much detail. But I mean, one thing I said in the BF6 review video is just look at how much they've actually tried to put detail into the maps. Maybe not this area specifically, but like in 2042, even like I've just paused randomly. This is not like a thing. In 2042, it would just be walls, 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 and then they wouldn't add anything else. It would just be flat ground, flat ground. They've got a path here. They've got assets leaning up against walls. They've got antennas. Like, if I show you the New York map especially, I'll show you that later. Every area, even an area of the spawn, which you'll never go and look at all, right? You're probably going to go there once in your entire career. There's, like, newspapers, bikes that have been broken up, things that have been, like, added. It's not just like here is the shipping container, and now you don't need to look in this area, just go to the other area. Like 2042 had a huge problem with that, where they just went, that'll do, let's go to the next area. Like, there's so much detail in the maps that they just added in, like handcrafted, you know what I mean? Which I think a lot of people will appreciate, including me. Knowing you, Stoddy, you don't like high-intensity battle. What do you mean? Yeah, I do. That's what it's all about. If you're unable to snag a code, are you shit out of luck for the beta? They're giving out beta codes, I'm pretty sure, by watching Twitch streams. I don't know about YouTube. YouTube needs to get their act together and get a drop system. But there you go, sweet spot. What's it called? Sweet spot scope glint. HUD customization. Ah, there you go. You've brought up a good point, actually. I wish I could put the health bar in the middle of my screen, because it's down and to the left next to the map. Is that normal? I can't remember if that's even normal. But, like, you have to keep glancing down there to make sure you're health. I would love to just have it, like, just below, like, here. Do you see where the bar is? Like, here? Just above where it says Imperial HAL with the subtitling. Right there. Just like Battlefield 5. I actually thought that was the one thing in Battlefield 5 that was actually good. Do you think the nade throwing animation is too quick? I like it. Especially for gameplay. I like the nade throwing animation. Our drop's still working. The drops will be back on Thursday. You can't wait for open beta? Yeah, open beta means everyone gets to play. The Shroud mentioned the deployable cover animation was too quick. Oh, the deployable cover on the medic class was actually sick. I forgot that was a thing. At first, I thought it was a bit gimmicky. I was just like, oh, this is like a COD Warzone metal shield, right? You know, remember like those? Which it is. But, like, it actually changed the way that we played when we had those shields up. Because you can get on a point, put a shield down, and give yourself cover in a place where no one... You know, everyone can know the maps off by heart. But if you just put a shield down in a place they're not expecting and peek from it, then they're kind of screwed. Am I allowed to stream the beta from Thursday? Yeah. I'm going to be live constantly once that comes out. Like 2042 Irish Shield? No, but faster than that. Irish's Shield took a little... If you ran in the open and tried to put your shield down, you probably died. In this game, you can literally just go, bang, done, you're down, and you're ready to fight. Is the shield destructible? Yeah, but it's strong, though. Will BF6 has Battle Royale? Yes, it will. No input lag with DLSS on quality? I didn't feel any. But, like, I was also not on, like, a perfect setup, you know? Since you have BF4 mainly for reference, can you compare sniping to that? So, it's way easier to snipe on this game than BF4. Bullet velocity is about 40% faster than BF4. Aim down sight speed's faster. And I don't think you have the penalty where you need to stand still for at least half a second to shoot. I think as soon as you're even stood still for a half a second... Or like 10 milliseconds, you're ready to shoot. So, way easier than BF4, for sure. Thoughts on the maps? I think they look incredible. The maps look amazing. In terms of, like, the detail and the backgrounds and the amount of effort they put into the, like, kind of like the world building. They need to slow down the velocity. Dude, I think snipers need all the help they can get. Like, snipers work really well on maps like this. But, like, a lot of the maps are close quarters fighting. I don't know. I don't know. But that's a real focus they've put in on this game. Is it CPU bound? I couldn't tell. Are snipers one shot to the chest? With sweet spots, yes. Yeah, so I talked about the health regen in my BF6 review video. The health regen is a really interesting system. I think it's faster than previous games, by the way. So wait until I lose health and I'll show you. I kind of wish I would go down to like a really low health value. Come on. So you can see my health is now at half. Right? And if I stay in cover, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 seconds, your normal health regen starts. Where it's probably, this is probably 50. Let's say I have 50 health, and it starts going 51, 52, 53, maybe a bit faster than that. But then you have this little gray bar that also fills up behind And remember, I'm using the recon class. This isn't like an assault class or medic class thing. My health is slowly ticking up here. And then I have this gray bar, right, that fills up. And once it reaches the top, I instantly get all my health back. That's a new system that I don't think they had. It's almost like a mix between the Battlefield and the COD system in terms of healing. But it also means that usually I feel like I'd have to sit in cover for way longer and go and find a medic. Now, as long as you don't get shot within 10 seconds, you get all your health back. Like that's actually unheard of, right? I don't think we've had that in a Battlefield game before. Seems like a W for pacing, sure, but it also means you don't really need to rely on a medic. But if you get suppressed, if you get even shot at, it stops that from happening. That's the important part. So unlike Call of Duty, where you're still regen all your health as long as it's started, the system now is if you're being suppressed, you can't get your health back. Rilf, thank you very much for the Prime. Thank you, Michael. Have I played Battlefield 6 Firestorm? Who knows? You know. What is that? Out of combat regen, yeah. I feel like it's not a horrible change with the with the TTK being so low. Yeah. Oh no, I thought you meant Operation Firestorm. Sorry, I got confused. The Operation Firestorm map that's coming. Is there a visual sweet spot warning? Yeah. The glowing, what's it called? Scope glint. Yeah, that's how you know. But you don't know if you're in the sweet spot range. Do you know what I mean? So you can never tell that you're going to hit the enemy unless you maybe spot the ground next to someone, which you can, by the way. You can spot the ground next to someone, and then it will tell you the range, and then you'll know that you're in the sweet spot range. So, good to know. There you go. That's a classic there. That guy did. Look. So this is the recon experience at close range. And he did. And I still would have had to wait half a second before I could even shoot there with the pistol. But to be fair, that's probably the way it's supposed to go down. So yeah, by the way, this is breakthrough on... We didn't do this in the reveal. This is exclusive gameplay. It was a nice cock shot. Yeah, it was good. Does suppression work or is it cosmetic? Suppression, I think, just gives you a weird little screen vignette. But other than that, I don't think it does anything except stop you from healing. Can I describe the accuracy when you strafe with a sniper? I don't know. I didn't get to test it enough. I probably should have definitely tested that. But look, do you see? I would okay, well, there's a perfect example. I believe I am strafing, so I'm moving and shooting with this shot. Here, ready? So, I am strafing left, and then I move my crosshair whilst I'm still strafing. So I don't think you need to stand still and shoot. Maybe there's some spread to that. I don't know. Do you think this time Portal has a shot to attract Milsim players? No. I think Portal has a shot to attract GTA 5... what's it called? GTA 5 settlers. I believe that the Portal system is going to be more about abusing the destruction and the kind of silly, fun physics of the game. I don't know whether it's going to be a really strong, like... Oh yeah, we're going to turn this into a Milsim hardcore swear. I feel like it's going to be very similar options to what you have in 2042 regarding what you have access to the game mechanics or the game stats. But I think in terms of being able to make maps, being able to make modes, I think that that's going to be the focus for Portal. Do you think they'll do a lot of second assault type maps to satisfy COD players? I think that they're going to... Because... So... Let's put it this way. They've already said that Operation Firestorm, which is the big map from BF3 and BF4 is coming back. I think they're going to do a lot of remakes of other Battlefield maps. And personally, I think Damavan Peak, Operation Locker or Metro, Grand Bazaar. I would say that Cairo is kind of like their Grand Bazaar, right? The reason why I think they've done Operation Firestorm, right? I'm not being mean. I think Operation Firestorm is the easiest one to recreate. Not in like a they're being lazy, because I don't think they're being lazy. I just think it's the easiest one to get going first, because it is kind of just a big flat plain with mountains, and then you add in the assets. Whereas something like Damavan Peak, you have to create so many more assets, because you've got the underground part, you've got the part at the top. You're gonna have to create that whole drop-off point, which is the reason why I don't think they did Damavan Peak, because it's so much work, right? And then again, Operation Metro, Operation Locker, they're all inside with unique assets that they have to create from scratch. So it takes so long. And then Seine Crossing as well. Seine Crossing is its whole, like, it's basically a French biome. So they'd have to recreate all the French assets from scratch. Whereas I feel like they can probably reuse a lot of assets, not necessarily all of them. Like, for instance, think about how much work the New York map was to make. Right? That's definitely a serious amount of work in that. Well, that was nice. It's a serious amount of work in that New York map with how many custom assets they were going to have to add. I know, they'd have to make French assets. Yeah, I know. They'd have to make so many baguettes. Is the recoil like COD? It's still, there's still more recoil in this game than Call of Duty, but when we watch the gameplay from New York, which I'm going to play after this, and I'm using the AMAX, or whatever it's called, I can't even remember what it's called, you'll notice that there's barely any recoil with the build that I'm using. Always hard to get the strings of the onions to hang realistically. You want to see some Asia-themed maps? There is an Asian faction. Aren't they all Pax Armata, so it doesn't really matter? I don't think they're doing more than 2. You know how with like Battlefield 4, they had China, Russia, and basically US? In this game, I think they're just going to have the 2, and I don't think they're going to deviate from that. It's just going to be Pax Armata or... someone have 76 kills? Someone have 76 kills? Did I see that right? Someone had 70 kills. What the hell, dude? Yeah. Do we know about the BR mode? I mean, they've showcased that it's coming. Right. Now let's watch, because I think I have a lot of gameplay of like sniping. We're just gonna watch over the reveal gameplay that I was doing the other day. Where was it? So here we go. What was it? It was the New York map, wasn't it? Oh yeah, no, and that's another thing. I did not enjoy the small modes. Did not enjoy the small modes. So if you guys saw the squad, what do they call it? Squad deathmatch? Did they call it that? I don't know what they called it. I think it was squad deathmatch. Absolute worst mode, in my opinion. The squad deathmatch, yeah. So that to me was the most unenjoyable Battlefield experience for me. So what would happen is you'd run to the middle of the map, you'd fight another team, the other 2 teams would spawn in and just run to the middle of the map. Then you'd get shot in the back, and then you get shot in the back. So you just ended up in this pincer motion where 2 teams pincer, 2 teams pincer, 2 teams. Because remember, it's 4 teams on one map. So you're just constantly getting shot in the back, even when you're just like playing. You can play really carefully, but as soon as you run forward, someone else just spawns behind you because they have to spawn away from other people. It was just shot in the back simulator. It was and the whole one position team. Yeah, but when you're playing against sweaty players, it was just like you were constantly having to respawn in random spots. It just wasn't. It wasn't for me. The maps weren't big enough, I think, in my opinion, for squad deathmatch. I think they needed to be like much bigger. And then the domination mode was better because it meant that, you know, I had a rough idea of where people were going to be. When you have deathmatch, any kind of deathmatch mode, people just camp because, you know, that's the point. The objective is to kill people, not to do anything else. So people were just waiting around every corner. It was just, it was not it. Did we play Rush? We did not play Rush. No, maybe we did no, I don't think we did. But yeah, I didn't enjoy the really small modes. The domination was okay. Squad deathmatch was horrific. That wasn't fun. Now this was my favorite map in terms of how it looks. Like this map is, this is a sick map. There is certain points that I don't like. There is a area. So just to the, oh, there you go. There's a guy reverse proning, and we just walked straight past him because we didn't see him. By the way, Andre Segovia, thank you for the 5 months. I'm so glad they said sliding was bugged. Oh, this is where we found the zipline because we hadn't had a zipline before, so we just started reusing the zipline over and over again and saying the quote, I think you're just here for the zipline. Hilarious. Anyway, so there's a point in this map where you're in the building and you're looking down over the street level and there's not as much cover as I'd want. So when you're trying to push through that area, which you don't, like this area that we're about to run into here. So when you're pushing over from this whole line here, they can blow up all the windows and doors here on 3 levels and they look down into the street. And so when you're pushing up through here, that's the bit that I was just a bit like, I feel like there needs to be more cover on this road that, or like, so that you can actually push through without being beamed from the entire, like people just watching from the balconies. That was the only thing I didn't like about this map. But this whole area, like, look at the detail. Look at the detail. Look at the detail. Look at the detail everywhere. Like this is something they didn't do in 2042. Set dressing. They didn't have things knocked over. They didn't have little bits of trash. They didn't have benches. They didn't have things placed around. It was just, there's a table there, whatever. There you go. Like they really, and then there's so many more things that you can destroy with your knife or just by shooting them, like little wooden panels. And this is where I just start looking. I just start looking around because I'm literally like, this looks insane. Can you crouch run? Yeah, but I actually never crouch run. I never found a situation where I feel like I needed to crouch run. You know? Mickey SRB Forever, thanks for the 100 bits. Also, Jack Kelly. Hi, Stod, what scope is this? That was a 6x scope, by the way, Jack. Sorry I missed the super chat. Do you think we'll get a tiny selection of guns like 2042? As far as I know, I'm pretty sure all of the guns have leaked on labs, right? I'm pretty sure all the guns have leaked at labs. So there's like 40, yeah. And that's something I always talked about as being a thing that they really need to focus on. In fact, the feedback I've always given, actually, I guess we can keep watching. The feedback I've always given is no one cares if 2 guns feel the same. So I feel like Battlefield 2042, they had this thing of every gun has to be different. So we'll have the slow-firing LMG, the fast-firing LMG, and then the heavy damage LMG. And then we're never going to add another LMG that feels like that. They always have to be different. Whereas in Battlefield 1, you had multiple guns that essentially functioned the exact same way, but people always had their favorites, even though they essentially were exactly the same in terms of stats. And the important thing is it's almost like a customization at that point. But it just makes it, having more guns never affects. I've never had an issue with being like, oh no, I got more guns than I wanted. Apart from maybe Call of Duty, where balance becomes an issue when you have 300 guns. What I'm saying is it's not a problem to have more guns as long as you can keep track of the balance. That's what I've always said. I've turned down the volume because you can hear us talking, so I didn't want to. You see, because I'm talking quite loudly. People won't complain about everyone using the same gun. Yeah, honestly, even if you have 2 guns with the exact same stats, people will have their favorites of what they like to look at and what guns that they like in real life or whatever, you know. What about static gun placements? I don't think I saw any. I'm already aim assist is going to be ruining. So Scump got a 67 kill game on controller. I think I got 40 kills once. There you go. This is the slide that everyone... That's the slide that I did that everyone... Oh, actually, is this going to work? Hang on. This is the slide that everyone clipped. So I jump, slide, but I didn't bunny hop. But you can bunny hop. Scump is a different breed, though. Yeah, Scump obviously knows exactly how to play every scenario in an FPS. So, but I mean, 70 kills in a normal Conquest match on controller. I mean, he's got to be hitting. Let's not forget it's Scump and not a random guy. True. I mean, I think I was getting about the same kills as the guys on controller, though. Like, even someone like Benny as well. And obviously, Benny's a goat. I just hope that it doesn't get to the point, and that's just the problem. If they don't sort this stuff out now, right? If they don't sort this stuff out now, it'll only get worse because you can't roll. Once you give someone the aim assist, you can't take it away again without upsetting everyone. So yeah, they have to make sure that they get it right. Was Lackey on controller too? Yep, and so was Benny. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look. Was this where? Oh no, there's another point. And then Will from work with his stupid incendiary launcher. Idiot. Aiden said this was a keyboard and mouse game. Well, no, the controller players were keeping up, dude. Can you elaborate more on open classes with the perks and how useful the perks were? So, this is from, how do I explain this? I didn't notice the perks having an effect. I didn't go, oh my god, that perk made such a difference there. I had no idea. I didn't even notice that the perks were even there. And there you go. That's a classic. This is something I was worried about in BF5, where you lie on your back and people can't see you because you look dead. That's a classic. Battle Royale coming October. What do you think? I don't know, Mickey. I don't know if it's coming October. I personally believe that they should let the multiplayer cook for a while before they bring out the Battle Royale just instantly. Like, I feel like I want to play the multiplayer for like a month before anything like that. But I feel like they might rush it out, which is what I'm worried about. Aim assist isn't strong like COD. Well, that's what you say. But I'm not sure why they want to rush the BR. No. And I feel like they might. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, so these walls. Look, and that's how quickly they go down. Boom. And I actually like that. I think that's good. I feel like people are going to abuse it, though. You know, you get into a fight and immediately just bang, go prone, and then they can't shoot you. But these walls made such a big difference to the flow of fighting over sites. So I'm just holding... There's a couple of moments in these games where I'm just holding behind these shields. And they don't know I'm there because they're not expecting me to be there in the open. The revive animation as well, in terms of the shock paddles, feels good. It makes sense. The dragging animation in this game is, honestly, the dragging animation is incredible. Love the dragging animation. It's obviously, I feel like because they messed it up in BF5, they knew that they knew that the dragging animation had to be good. You watched the event on my stream? Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. I didn't get to talk to chat at all, though, during that entire stream. So, sorry about that. Is there any chance they might remove instant revive skipping? I doubt it. Well, Benny and Lackey were skipping their revives quite a lot. Because they're so COD-coded. They're just like, oh, I need to get back in the game, I'm dead. And then you'd be like, dude, I was just about to res you. Oh, there you go. There's a bit of a floating geometry there. Can you see that? But again, something that I really want to reiterate is this is still beta. That's the only time I ever saw that. I remember seeing it. That's the only time I ever saw that. You rarely saw a bug or a glitch in this game. In this preview. Remember, this isn't a full game. It's a beta. And I rarely saw bugs or issues or glitches or stutters. There's one point where I do a stab animation and the guy that I'm stabbing disappears as well. But I still get his dog tags. No long nicks? No. They can make the maps super clean. Yeah, because you could argue that it's a vertical slice, but if you think about it, most of the game, the actual game, it's the maps you've got to worry about in terms of the bugs, right? If the game works like this, this can't be a vertical slice. The actual like character control and the gameplay. Right? It's the maps you got to worry about. Is there diving? Yeah, there's a prone dive. There is a prone dive. Where did I show it? It's a very short prone dive, not like Call of Duty. So when you prone dive, you just kind of go forward like 2 meters. You don't like launch yourself across the screen. Do I think TTK and reload animations too fast? No, not necessarily. What do I think of the legacy maps? What do you mean by that? Just we only know about Operation Firestorm, right? Unless they've released, unless a list is leaked that I've not seen. Did I check out the UI options? I didn't see anything that allowed you to change UI. So can you lean? Oh yeah, the leaning. I forgot to mention that actually. So you know contextual lean that they had in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield... Did they have it in 4? There is a contextual lean that feels pretty good because it doesn't lock you to the wall. They had it in 4 as well, yeah. So there's a contextual lean and you don't get locked to the wall. You can kind of... Your gun just kind of goes to the side and then you can kind of move a little bit when you're doing it. Did you see it? In fact, just right there, you can see that my character leans a little bit as I'm peeking the right side of this pillar as I was going into it, but then I immediately pulled out of it so it doesn't like stick to the wall, which it did in previous games. No, you have to be on the wall for a lean. Is there in-game squad voice chat? Yes. Hello. You think it's the best Battlefield ever? Right, well, this is the problem. We're not there yet. This is beta. You gotta calm down, Mickey. I mean, this is the game that we won, but the next map is the one that we had to come back on. At what level scope glint is there? I think it's going to be anything over 4x. You think there's the possibility for 128 players? I do, because if the BR is going to be over... Surely the BR is going to be more than 64 players. I think that Portal is going to be over 64 players. Which would be great, but I don't have confirmation of that. I just killed Tim the Tap Man. Sorry, bro. Can you go over the one-shot sweet spot? Any chest shot over 80 meters or between 80 meters and another undisclosed distance or one shot in the chest. Is the mouse sense value the same in 2042 as it is in BF6? No. My sense was different in BF6 to what it was in Battlefield 2042. They've also finally made the FOV horizontal instead of vertical as well. So it's now 120 max, I think. Will the soldiers' voice lines change? I mean, they don't. You don't really hear them talk a lot, which is perfect. How much FPS was on the 5070? I was going to say around 100 to 150. But I also had DLSS on, so it was probably around 80 if I didn't have DLSS on. But it felt good either way. I never dropped below 60 or anything like that. Any weather effects? No, I didn't see any weather effects. I've said it across a few channels now for its fault. I do like still playing Warzone and COD, but we're due a new Milsim authentic FPS. I wouldn't call this Milsim though. This could potentially be Milsim in Portal, Aaron. But like this, I wouldn't describe this as Milsim. No way. What do you think of no tax sprint? Amazing. Tax sprint's just it's just something, isn't it? It just looks different. In fact, I didn't notice the difference between tax sprint and normal sprint in Battlefield 2042. And you'll notice I barely ever tax sprinted in 2042 because I didn't really feel a tangible difference. But one thing, you run faster with your knife out in this game. And that's something that sweats are going to take advantage of, I can guarantee it. I didn't pull my knife out a lot, but you run faster with your knife out in this game. It's going to be the new sweat strategy like they do in Call of Duty, where they run around with the knife and switch to the gun and run with the knife. How was the recoil compared to Warzone? More, look, so look, this is what I'm talking about. This gun with the right attachments, look at my recoil. It did not move. It simply, I mean, look, we'll put it in slow-mo. Oh, okay, sure. Look, my recoil, I mean, I'm pulling down a little bit, I'm sure. But, like, you can build every gun to look exactly like that. What happens, though, is once you fire, I'm going to say, about 10 plus shots, that is when it starts to feel like there's a bit of spread. You know what I mean? What about horizontal recoil? Well, you can mostly eliminate that. But what I'm saying is it's less about the recoil, the initial recoil. It's more about the spread increases after. So although your crosshair stays in the same place, the spread starts getting more and more. Oh, there you go. It completely didn't move. The spread starts getting more and more random the more you hold down the fire, which is what happens sometimes. So I think that last shot there, I don't know if you saw it, was like slightly off to his left, even though it hit him. That's right, Mickey. Talk about gun sounds. I like the gun sounds, especially the sniper. The sniper gunshot sounds incredible. Did I try the ladder thing? This is what I'm saying. So many gadgets weren't in the game yet. We only had 2 gadgets that were just the set gadgets, and you couldn't use anything else. Can I explain the difference between horizontal and vertical FOV? It's just how it's measured. So, for instance, for me, 79 vertical FOV is 112 horizontal FOV. But most games use horizontal FOV for their settings. And so that's why. So it was very confusing for a lot of players when they were switching FOV between games, because you'd have 2 completely different values, and you'd be like, why does 90 FOV on this game look completely different to 90 FOV on Call of Duty? Hey, we killed Tomo. Is there thermal scopes? There might be, but I didn't see any. Again, very limited attachments. I just said I just did not hear anyone come up behind me, because, again, footsteps as well. Very hard to hear. Lost on Earth now. Thank you for the prime. And yeah, thank you, Just Carl, and thank you, Aaron. And thank you, Faisal. Faisal? You're excited for the destruction. Yeah, I will say, I personally didn't find many places where I could blow up the floor, but I also wasn't playing classes that had explosives. So... Is the movement... My worry is BF game will have a character sway. The character movement is different from COD and Delta Force. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Sean K, thank you for the prime. Can you change the color of your reticle? I'm not sure. Would you say that this game plays at a similar pace to BF5? No, it plays way faster, because BF5 had the attrition mechanic, which meant that you didn't get health regen. So players had to play a lot more campy and slow. This game plays a lot more like BF4, BF3, I guess. Or Yeah, that's what I describe it as. BF5 literally stopped you from being aggressive. There you go. So that was a good game. It was decent. I'm afraid the game will be good and all, but the community won't hold it up for more than 2 months. But that's every modern game. Look at so for instance, I'll give you an example. Black Ops 6, in my opinion, was a good game, but people only play it for 2 months until, Black Ops 6 was all right. It ran well, it was fun, but people only play it for 2 months anyway, because you just run out of steam. It wasn't a good game. It wasn't a good game for some people. I enjoyed it, but also I'm dealing with skill-based matchmaking on Black Ops 6. I'm just like, oh, if I play the game, like for instance, if I go back and played Black Ops 6 now, I would just get trashed because the SBMM will just kill me. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Battlefield when I go back to return to it. It doesn't have insane skill-based matchmaking. I just feel like I'm just left behind. Did you feel that the bullet spread bloom was better implemented to how it was at 2042? The bloom or the spread in this game is understandable. It makes sense. I start shooting, I'm almost 100% accurate, and the more I hold down the trigger, the more you start seeing the shots go more and more around the edge of where you're aiming. What's the best and worst Battlefield? Well, where's the Little Bird heli? I also talked to the vehicle guys about that. I was like, I wonder what the Little Bird's going to be like. I'm surprised they didn't show it. Can you explain the use of the stim shot? Honestly, no. I have no idea what the stim shot does. I think it just makes you move faster. Which is, yeah, it's whatever. Mickey SRB, thank you very much for the tier 1, dude. And thank you very much for the bits as well. What do you think about post-launch support? I mean, I have no idea. Any word on the Battle Royale? Apart from that teaser, no. No, anything over 80 yards and it's a one-shot chest shot. Or 80 meters, specifically meters, not yards. How about crouching recoil control? Is it better? It definitely improves your hip fire. I don't know about recoil control. I assume it does. Does rubble damage you? That's another thing that they've done better than BF1 even. In BF1, I don't know if you guys remember the rubble mechanic, but essentially, if a building falls down and you are in the vicinity, even if you run out of the building, you still took damage. In this game, you get hit by rubble, but it will just kind of like damage you if you're hit by the rubble, and it doesn't really... It's not just like a random damage thing that still hits you anyway. I think you'll just get... You don't take too much damage from rubble falling on you. Like, it doesn't... I don't think it kills you unless you get hit by the initial explosion. And this is where... Okay, so this is a prime example, sorry. This is what I showed in my my review video. So this is an area of the map here that, as far as I'm concerned, is just a spawn. I don't think you can go up on the... This is the only thing I will temper you for. I don't think the map is going to have a version where you can go up on the bridge and stuff like that. So this is, I think, built to be a small map, and I don't know whether... I think this is Conquest. This is how it is. I don't think you're able to go on the bridge, which is a bit sad. But... So, this area, again, is an area that's just in the spawn. You've got car wrecks. You've got metal on the ground. You've got bikes here. You've got, like, broken bikes on the ground that have been, like, messed up. You walk forward. There's just so much set dressing, even in the areas that you're just never even going to look at. Which is something I feel like they had in BF3, BF4, maybe even BF1, but then in... Battlefield, and in Battlefield 5, I guess, but in 2042, this would not look like this in 2042. If this was 2042, it would be these boxes, the shipping container, and the truck, and that would be it. You know what I mean? They've dressed up the entire map, even in places that you don't think it's gonna be. You know? So, great. What a whirlwind few days. Oh, dude, I was stressed. One thing I think they're missing at the moment is, even in 2042, now they added it. They have, like, the anti-aircraft guns, and you can see the plane battles going in the background. So they might have that eventually as well. You can hear gunshots and stuff, but you can't see, like, the stuff going on in the background. Like, you can see, obviously, everything's been blown up. There was a heli on this map in the trailer. Yeah. Do the graphics look better than 2042? If I'm 100% honest, I think they're probably using the same engine, right? They're using the same engine as Frostbite. It's just now they have more detail to it. So, and they've changed all the other stuff. It's not like they've built an entirely new engine. They're probably using the same one. Could you hear the enemy spawn beacons? Not specifically, no. Is it possible to get early access? As long as you do the drops, which will be turned on again on Thursday. You destroyed a chain link fence with a knife. Yeah, that's part of the fun. You could always do that in the older games. Can you see the sweet spot in the GUI? You have to know the range. It's just random, kind of. Can you rate footstep sounds out of 10? Like 4? They purposely make it so you can't hear the footsteps very loudly unless there's no sound going on, right? Then you'll hear the footsteps. Oh, this was interesting. I don't know if I talked about this. You see the gun that I'm using right now? It has a special thumb grip that allows you to sprint and shoot at the same time. So you'll notice that when I'm sprinting with this gun, he doesn't put the gun down. He holds the gun in front of him as if he's ready to shoot. Addis, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. So look, you see? Look, I'm not putting the gun down. I'm running as fast as these guys, but I'm still able to shoot. It looks kind of weird. It looks kind of janky, but yeah, that's how it works. But notice how if I didn't aim down sight there, I probably would have died. Like, the hipfire is not insane, but the engineer class gets better hipfire as well. I'm using the engineer class now, but I also didn't use any of my gadgets or anything like that. How's the sliding in BF6? It feels pretty good. So basically, you become the entry fragger. Kind of. You have to remember, the reason why you'd want to use the engineer is because the hip fire is absurd on the engineer class. Purposefully. So look, I'm sprinting. I am sprinting as fast as these guys with my gun out, and that's my hip fire. That's kind of crazy, no? If you weren't using this class, I would say that the bloom or the reticle would probably be about twice that size. Only works for close quarters. Well, yeah, but this map is only close quarters. Sniping on this map, near impossible. There's like no real long angles that you can cover. Maybe on the breakthrough mode, it might be possible, and I've not played this map on breakthrough. Will crossplay be there? Yeah. It's crossplay, but the matchmaker will try and force you to play with your platform first. Did I eat any chicken over the sink in LA? I didn't, no. Am I happy for now with BF6 gameplay? Yeah. I think this is a solid base already. The game's... I mean, as I said, I didn't have any issues the whole time we were playing. Whereas when I played the labs, which I can obviously talk about now, I thought that the labs playtest was rough. Like, it looked bad in certain cases. I was literally worried. I was like, if the game's anything like labs, then it's over. Because there was a lot of issues, including like performance stuff as well. It's full circle again. Yeah, I know. We've come back to the good stuff. Will there be a server browser outside of Portal? I doubt that. No. Can you drop shot in this game? Not really. But yeah, by the way, Addis, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. I think I got distracted, but thank you so much. Appreciate it. You play a long time Battlefield. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you like it, Mickey. What are the areas for improvement? Well, the shotgun definitely needs balancing. What else needs improving? I think they need to, or at least I would like to have the option for them to tell me when my perks are available. So some of the UI stuff isn't obvious. I actually like the way that UI is set out as well. I'd like to be able to move my UI around, but again, it's not necessary, but it would be nice. Do you think they chose Pax Armata versus NATO campaign instead of NATO versus East because they want to keep the Chinese market? No, I don't think so. There's already a lot of stuff going on politically. I think it's a good way to avoid. It's like this is the best way to avoid any political stuff because it's just like it's vague. Do you know what I mean? And it's clearly referencing something that's not happening now, so they can get away with it. Which I think is and it makes sense. It's something that could happen, but it probably won't, and it doesn't involve parties that are currently in political turmoil. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's sick. I think it's a good backstory. I think it's a good real world like alternative. No, we're not, guys. If you spam drops, you don't get them. I'll make sure you don't get them. Doesn't do anything. Literally does nothing. No, it's not in the title. What's the weakest class at the moment? Honestly, I think Assault. I think Assault. The Assault class doesn't really do anything. Like, what? I don't see the point in using the Assault class apart from having the explosives. Imperial How? Yeah, he was on my team the other day. Double primaries, but they're nerfing the double primaries as well. Or they're in fact they might even be taking it out. You can just play the horse girl racing game until the weekend, until the beta drops. Yeah, I could. Would you say that SMGs are too effective at mid-range? No, I think the weapon balance so far seems pretty good, apart from the shotgun. It makes sense and it feels good. Every gun is decent. You know what I mean? I didn't have a gun where I was just like, well, this sucks. I mean, obviously there's got some guns that are better than others. Do you think BR will have classes? Probably. I think they're still gonna have the classes in BR, yeah. The sniper was looking weak. It would be weak in a map like this, yes. But think about it in BF4. You probably wouldn't want to play sniper on a map like this either. What's my thoughts on the spotting? It was alright. It didn't feel too egregious. Are they going to allow more than 4 in a group on the bigger maps? No. 4-player squads, that's it. How do you feel about the game's ADS speed? It's good. Oh, this is the famous movement clip where the guy comes around the corner. He still gets slammed, but ready? In a second. I'll put it in slow. Well, let's watch it in fast motion first. By the way, look at that hip fire. Look at that hip fire. That is 100% accurate hip fire when you're playing engineer with an SMG. That's crazy. So that's the movement. That's the movement clip that's gone viral. Not on my channel. Someone else took it. But that's the movement clip that everyone's losing their minds over. This one. Okay. I mean, you know. I still got him. He moved quite slow. If anything, he exposed himself. I guess. But I mean, it was still kind of crazy.
That was insane movement. What the hell was that? You see that movement? They're upstairs.
It's fine. It's just not what people expect. He's sliding in this direction and instantly changes direction to the left. And in most games, like Apex, that's normal. But I think people are worried because they're not used to seeing that in a Battlefield game. And I know what you're gonna say. You would say, but remember the Zuzu jump, bro? Like, yeah, I know. The movement at high levels of gameplay in BF4 was actually worse than anything we've seen in any game since BF4. But it worries people because they see that and they go Call of Duty immediately. But I know, yeah, I know the Zuzu jump was literally insanely broken.
Across the way. No, don't. Well.
In fact, the Zuzu jump literally broke your hitbox to the point where you're unhittable in some cases. Is there a battle royale mode or rank mode? There is a battle royale mode that's been hinted. Yes. I don't know about a rank mode. Do you think the smaller maps are better to play? I liked this one. This map was awesome. I loved this map. It was so fun. I didn't enjoy the other small maps. There was another one we played. I can show you it, but I did not have a great time. It was another Egypt map, and then also the smaller version of this map as well, like the same map but just on a smaller area. I didn't enjoy those. No. Do you prefer BF6 gritty and dark graphic style or the sharp and vibrant MW 2019 graphic style? I mean, I would argue 2019 had a similar vibe to this game, no? Especially regarding the trailers and the... It's anything after Modern Warfare 19 that fully, completely moved away from anything that we enjoyed. Do you know what I mean? Will crossplay be enforced? So, crossplay... In fact, someone did say during a talk that you can maybe turn off crossplay, but I can't confirm that. And I don't know if they meant crossplay in terms of, like, PlayStation 5. The thing you'll have an issue with, though, if you turn off crossplay, is I guarantee that you're going to have issues with matchmaking if you turn off crossplay. So just expect that. You can turn off crossplay. Great. I'm just saying, expect that you're probably going to have issues with matchmaking if you turn off crossplay. And that's probably what they'll say in the options. But longer queues, either way. And one thing I've noticed, so something I find interesting about crossplay in games when you can turn it off is because it's one of those... I feel like when you're allowed to turn off crossplay, the only people that do turn off crossplay are the sweaty guys. So you end up in harder lobbies even without the people from other platforms, because the only people that turn off crossplay are the guys that are also super sweaty. But I could be wrong about that. That's what seemed to happen with Warzone and PlayStation. Because a lot of casual players don't even look at the options. They just play the game. They just go, "Yep, game's ready," and go. Does it give me BF3, BF4 nostalgia? More than any other game, yeah. I mean, it is kind of like recreating that kind of vibe. One other thing I found as well, the teams, most importantly, something I didn't really talk about in the BF6 review video, you can actually tell the teams apart. So the American/NATO team has super bright yellow outfits, and the Pax Armata team has super... They have light outfits, but they wear big, dark, what are they called? Plate carriers. So your team, or the NATO team, is like really light, and then the other team is similar camo, but then they wear really dark plate carriers and like dark belts. So you immediately can go, I shoot at the guys with the dark chest equipment, and I don't shoot at the guys with the lighter chest equipment. It looks a lot like MW 2019 to you? Yeah. I think that's the vibe they were going for. Have you not seen the discourse online about how far away Call of Duty has moved from Modern Warfare 19 since 5 years ago? So all of the memes are about the fact that Call of Duty started off with this really gritty tone and then just turned into clown warfare after like 3 years, right? That's the joke. And what Battlefield's done is come through, not necessarily even meaning to, and said, yeah, we're going to stick with this vibe. If they start adding stupid skins... Oh, I think I got slammed here, look. I ran out of ammo. Oh, but then I got shot by someone else, to be fair. But I also tried to melee there, and for some reason it didn't come out of the melee thing. But yeah, so the thing that Battlefield's possibly accidentally done is gone, hey, here's a gritty, dark thing where we're hopefully not going to ruin it with crazy skins. Or like, you know, the Nicki Minaj skin collab. Oh, this was... I think this was actually a good... Oh, no, maybe it's not here. Maybe it's a little bit later. So this is the important part. So, our team is losing by 150 tickets, right? Or we were. Maybe it was just before this. It was a little bit further back. So we had 4 objectives lost. It was 350 to 721. We start bringing it back. Oh shit, I moved too far forward. We start bringing it back around now, where we actually start saying, okay, let's actually try and take points. So look, we've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We almost all capped them at one point. Because we actually were like, okay, we actually need to lock in now. I said, I think we can actually win this. We just need to... Skins equal uninstall? Yeah, but at that point, you've already bought it. This is what... I guarantee the problem with Call of Duty skins is once you've bought the game and you've played it for 100 hours, they know that there's nothing really you can do when they add the skins later, right? The game's out. You've probably stopped playing it anyway, or 90% of you. So we can do whatever we want with the monetization because you don't play the game anymore. So, and if you're someone who's actually part of the game... Oh, I was annoyed that you couldn't jump up here. I thought this was going to be a sick jump up, but never mind. With the thumb grip, when you shoot, do you keep sprinting? No, you can be sprinting and you can shoot, and it doesn't matter what you do. That hip fire will never leave your screen, ever, unless you reload, obviously. But yeah, so you can just move and shoot where it doesn't matter what you're doing. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they don't do that with Battlefield. I don't know what... I have no idea what the skins are going to be. But they should, obviously, everyone in their right mind would obviously say, well, obviously they're not going to make the skins look insane, are they? How was the performance of the game? It was good. I was obviously playing on a good PC, though, so... Is the gun range good? Yeah? I mean, the gun range is cool. The gun range plays music from every Battlefield game from the past. So... I have clips of me basically recording the guns in the gun range, and in the background, until I played them back, there was Battlefield 2 music, Battlefield 4 music, Battlefield 1 music, Battlefield 3 music. It's just playing those on repeat in the background as like a little like radio. Yeah. We can see the direction from the pre-order skins. I haven't actually seen the pre-order skins, so if you could link that to me in a bit, maybe not now. I feel like we'll watch another game, and I'll have a look. Do you think there's potential for BF6 to be an esports or competitive? Maybe. Okay, so this is the bit where they're still winning. 78 tickets to 68. And we have to capture D if we want to win the game. So I hide in these bushes here, by the way. This is kind of a filthy spot here. Now, this is where, look, this medic barrier... This medic barrier, look, so I've got 2 people pushing. And I'm taking D solo. I know how that sounds. Huh? I'm taking D solo. If I don't take D now, they triple cap us, and then they make the comeback. So I literally was like, I'm just going to stay behind this. I'm just going to stay behind this, and as long as we take D, we'll get the 3 cap, and then we're ahead. And then as long as we just hold, we're good. I took the D for the team. I took one for the team. That's right. And then the tickets went down so fast, look, after that. And then we came back. We came back, dude. Oh, you found it, Ella. Lovely. Show us hairy chest, Stod. Okay, bro, calm down. Calm down, dude. Come on. And that was probably my favorite game in the whole reveal right there. That was just so much fun. Yeah, we went crazy that round. And then what was the next map? It was Conquest. Oh, it was the same map again. Did we? This is the one where we. This is the one where we lost. Right, we're gonna play some other gameplay. Hold on. You want to see some camping gameplay? I think I have some nice camping gameplay for you. There we go. This is one. So this is what it's like being on the losing team. On Breakthrough. So I basically was just like, I was literally like, we got pushed into our spawn. Right at the beginning of the game, and then they just held us there for the whole game. And there was no chance that we were ever going to push out of it. Do you think we will have to unlock camos and attachments? Probably. I've not seen any of the camos. I don't know what the camos look like. Even for the players, I don't even know what the character customization is either. Did Breakthrough feel good at only 24 players? Well, no. I think as I said, we get pushed into the spawn, our own spawn here. I feel like one thing that happens is people start pushing into the uncapped to shoot us in our spawn as well, and that didn't feel good. Is sniping satisfying? Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, the sound design is incredible as well, especially when I'll probably replay my first ever game as well, because that one was sick. Where we're what were we doing? That first ever game I played, where we're on the Conquest map on this map. Oh, this is where we get the 6 kills in a row. This one, I think. So what was it? All skins for pre-ordering are on the Steam page. I don't like the Recon class suit looking similar to 2042. It doesn't really. I don't think it looks so right. Am I gonna? Oh, dude, see, and then they skipped. I was gonna res that guy. Everyone just skipped because they were just so keen on getting the on just getting back in there. See, this guy's in our spawn, 100%. That guy's like 100% pushing our spawn. Right there. So this is what happens when you get basically spawn trapped. Sniper sounds punchy. Yeah, the sniper sound effect is incredible. And I purposely didn't use a suppressor just so you could hear it. I didn't like the sniper audio when you fire. That guy had sweet spot as well there. This was the clip I used at the beginning of the video, this one. And then I get sweet spotted. Right now. But I did get them. Why the laser? Because I get massive hipfire gains when I use the laser. And in my experience, in almost every game, no one ever sees the laser, and it's not important. You're not playing. You don't really. I don't play stealthily. If I'm on someone's screen, they're gonna see me. It's not the laser that usually gives me away, so I always use lasers in Battlefield games because I was 12 for 0, and I'm still, I guess, 12 for 0. I didn't even realize. Do I like the sweet spot mechanic? I would personally prefer being able to one-shot people at closer ranges and having to hit headshots at long ranges, because that's what I've preferred in previous games. But if it's going to be harder to use snipers at close range, then I guess the sweet spot is the only what's the word? It's the only thing we have to use. Port Royale with the 10 gifted members. Thank you very much. Make sure to thank Port Royale in the chat if you got one of those. Thank you. Oh, by the way, we hit we got 800 new subscribers during the live stream reveal, which was crazy because I don't know what it is, but for some reason People think that if they give you a Prime sub, their Prime sub, they'll get drops, but I didn't say anything. They just did that. I'll take the Primes, for sure. I don't know if people were subbing because they like the gameplay. I'm pretty sure they were subbing because they thought that the drops were somehow connected to the Prime subs, but it's a weird world. And there's a Prime sub right now. RZO Siso. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Wow, it's almost like when you talk about Primes, people remember that they have a Prime sub sitting there, not being used on anyone. I think the sweet spot is to make the sniper rifles more unique. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think the sweet spot would be cool. I would maybe like a sweet spot that's closer range as well. But Spoody TV, thank you for the 2 months. Jones, oh, there it is. Jonesy with the 3 months. Ambulance with the Prime. Texbones with the tier 1. Fuskers with the Prime. Nice one. That's like Huskers, but with an F. Ella with the 119. Yeah, 27 months on Lexidros. Yeah. And there it is. Thank you, by the way. Oh, we were 16-0. I didn't even realize this when we were playing. I probably maybe should have used this gameplay. Oh, dead. And it's over. Also, yeah, so I noticed how I almost have a UAV, by the way. I almost have a UAV, I just don't notice it. Davey, thank you for the 2 months of Prime. Sam, thank you for the 3 months. Begsy, thank you for the 21 months. Thank you. Jokey, thank you for the Prime. UAV is my perk. Yeah, so this is what I mean. It's not highlighted, but I think this means that I can use it now. I thought that if it was ready to use, it would be green or something. But yeah, just press 6. But I never noticed that. I never used a UAV the entire time I was playing. I played like 6 hours of Recon. Esky Will, thank you for the $5. Do you think they'll do drip? Drip? Do you think they'll do Twitch drop codes again? Probably yes. Yes, they will. It was green. I know it was green when it first came available, but now it's just sitting in my inventory because I didn't realize it's there. You know? But thank you for the 5, Esky. Zachariah, I hope they shamelessly copy Warzone 1 in their BR. I mean, that's... as much as you people don't like Warzone, that's kind of where the people are at. So, if it's not better than Warzone, then no one cares. That's the way I've already said it. So if you guys remember, Firestorm 1 has no respawns. You don't respawn. You just die and that's that. Whereas I hope the next game has a better system for that. What PC specs do you think you can run on this on average settings? No idea. I don't know what I have no idea what the video settings is going to be like in terms of like low-end systems and stuff. What I will say is when I looked at the graphics settings, it has all of the features that you'd expect from a modern game. Like, imagine all the settings that you have in Warzone you have in this game. It's all there. Check Steam for the required specs. Yeah, let me have a look. Oh. Wait, hang on. So Ella linked me the pre-order. Is it pre-order? I don't know. Ella's linked me the skins for the pre-order stuff, which actually makes the characters look how I expected them to look. Although I will say Assault and Medic look almost identical. Is that for both teams? Let's have a look. I'll try and open it in a second. Well, I mean, how long's this game got left? 1 minute. So I'll show you in 1 minute what it looks like. Or I could just do it now. Let's just do it now. So I'll just open up. So this is where is it? We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look. Thank you for the 100 bits. Sunstream, thank you. Oh, sorry. So this is what? Look. This is what the skins look like. Now, Is this for both teams? Because that makes no sense. There are pre-order skins, but the black-red ones are for the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, they look good. It kind of looks a little bit like 2042 with the rock and roll. But what's this for? Is this for one team? USA only. Okay. So what does the other team look like? And these are some HD images, look. With the night goggles. But by the way, look, now I can actually see the differentiation between Recon, Engineer, but honestly, which one's Medic and which one's Assault? Which one's a Medic and which one's Assault? I'm gonna guess that this is Assault because he's got the sling here. I don't see the healing on the Medic. Oh, there you go. And then he's got a very hard to see, what's called surgical scissors. But why do they both have the... I feel like the shotgun shells on the Assault makes sense, but, you know, I don't know. Tourniquet on shoulder. What, this thing? Is that what that is? Yeah, I still think it's quite hard to read. Look, and then the Engineer and the Medic have the same neck scarf, which is a bit weird. They're both close quarters? Yeah, well, so's the Engineer. I would say the Engineer is actually like, oh, I definitely know that this is an Engineer because of the cap. But I'm surprised they don't have the cap on all the skins. Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm just confused by that. Right. Right. So the other thing I wanted to check was the Steam page real quick. Just because I don't think it's lazy. I just think that they're trying to make it look cool. And that may mean that sometimes they go away from the what's the word? More grounded features. So let's go. What is it on the Steam store? Let's have a look. Battlefield 6. There it is. 60 quid. So what do you get on the pre-order then? How do I compare editions? I'm trying to look for pre-purchase now. Okay, so here's the pre-order stuff. Can I zoom in? I'm going to turn this down, sorry. So here's the pre-order stuff, look. So you get Phantom Squad. So only for the US team. You get a nice skin for the sniper. So this is what I'm saying. So this Phantom Squad thing only applies to one team? That doesn't make sense. Surely they have to have a skin for both teams, otherwise we don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't say what team it's for or anything. I feel like it might be for both then. But then this guy is specifically got a US flag on him. So it's got to be for one team. I don't know. XP boost, yeah, right. That was that gameplay. What's the other gameplay that I wanted to show? Oh, it was just the first game that we'll just watch in full. In fact, I show the options. Oh my god, I forgot. I show the options in this game, and here's the traits. I lost. This is lost footage. So look, this is what you get for the traits. Press 6 to call in a UAV to shadow you and aid in spotting enemy combatants. So I guess you disappear off the map as well, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see. Well, you probably can't see it because it's behind my head. Headshots from sniper rifles are unrevivable. Sniper rifle shots to the torso reveals enemies and slows healing. And then Eagle Eye, improved auto spotting, plus 50% speed, 30% range, 10% angle, plus 3 seconds. So that was for the sniper. I didn't look at the other ones. Oh, it will shadow you. So they can, I'm guessing someone can just shoot it. I really should have focused on actually trying this so I could give my thoughts on it, you know? As mainly playing Recon for like 6 hours, that probably would have been really smart, wouldn't it? Do I have footage of the assault traits? No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't. Maybe Jack does, because I think Jack went through the menus. And then this was I sniping? Yeah, I was sniping. And I was just going through all of the... I don't really know why I put this on, because it doesn't do anything. This is going to be me just sorting out the attachments. And again, I've got the tungsten core. So, by the way, one thing I found weird, though, but the difference between these two rounds, one has more penetration, one doesn't. This one at the cost of recoil. But if you're using a bolt action, the recoil, you're going to fire the gun, it's going to go back, and then you're going to pull the bolt anyway. So it's just like a guaranteed upgrade for the same price. So I'll take that. Is spotting global again? I believe so. Anyway, right, and then we loaded in. And we got into the map. Is there a server browser? No, I don't think so. Is there SPMM? They say there isn't. Can you ping? Yes, you can ping. You think squad points should return? No. I didn't like squad points. So yeah, this is... Oh yeah, so I'm playing Pax Armata here. So you can see on this map specifically... So weirdly, I think... If I'm not mistaken, when we were playing on the New York map, they had different camo on. Pax Armata. Unless I'm playing the American team. No, we are playing Pax Armata. I'm pretty sure the Pax Armata team had, like, yellowy, white camo on, not this. Why do they look the same? Well, that's what's funny. So this is, again, this brings up... I have a clip of this as well. This is support, this is engineer, and this is assault. At range, these three especially look exactly the same. Apart from the recon, who's got this big ghillie shoulder pads and then the night vision. Does watching the live stream grant access to the beta? It will, but not right now. So I messed with the settings at the beginning of this game. Look, because this is like I'm messing with my sensitivity, which is why I'm shaking my aim around. Because this is the first game I played. This map looks bad. It's not bad. It's just a large map. So I start messing with the settings whilst I'm in the vehicle. In a second. Any second now. Right, come on. So, in the options, gameplay. There you go. So, oh, there you go. There it is. Look, dude. I didn't know I had footage of this. Because I just forgot I had it. So, look. When you move this slider up and down, this is what shows on the right-hand side of the screen. So, you can basically adjust your sensitivity and make sure that you've got whatever 35 inches, 89 centimeters. Which has any other game done this? Surely they have. There must be another game that does this. There must be another game that does this. No? So you move this slider and this changes and tells you 800, 1600, 3200. Maybe they should add 400 as well, if I'm honest, because a lot of people play 400 too. And then here's some of the settings. Double crouch for sprint slide. I set my slide key to an individual key. A lot of people were double tapping. Mount breakout. Wait, hang on. Can I get... So he goes to gameplay, and then I'm just going to, frame by frame, I go over mount breakout, maybe. It skips mount breakout, which means I don't know what that means at all. Great. I don't know what that means. Mount breakout. Could it be when you're mounting your gun or something? I don't know. Do I actually go into the graphic settings? Come on, click on that. Yeah. Right. So. The problem is they do a bit of a Call of Duty moment here because Call of Duty has the advanced tabs. So unfortunately, you don't get to see some of the settings because it will be in the advanced tab for some reason. Because there's a lot of settings and they don't have a search bar. So when you're just scrolling through, this is so this is where I scroll over FOV. So FOV now is 85 horizontal to 120 horizontal, I believe. Which is actually less than what you had before in previous Battlefield games, by the way. Battlefield in previous, like in BF 2042 and maybe BF5, you could set FOV all the way up to 133 horizontal. What else was here? Okay, sorry, I've skipped too far. Unfortunately, this only skips forward in 10 seconds, so it's really hard to capture these bits. So field of view, third person field of view, motion blur, weapon motion blur, camera shake amount down to 20%, chromatic aberration, vignette, film grain. I'm pretty sure this is sort of BF1 settings. Weapon field of view, that's definitely a Call of Duty thing. So depending on, I guess I don't even know why you'd want not a wide field of view, that you can change the size of the gun on your screen from wide to narrow. But I don't think it changes like the ADS field of view, which is something that I didn't find in the game. I couldn't change ADS field of view in this game. Full screen mode, yeah. So yeah, 1440p. And I had to turn off, I think, did I turn off vertical sync? No, I didn't. So this game I actually played with VSync on as well, by the way. And I also played this game at the lowest FOV. So I messed up this round. Seems like you still can't cap FPS in the menu. I think you can in advanced. I think you can. But also, I'm pretty sure you can just use NVIDIA control panel, which is what I'd do if I wanted to cap FPS. Do you know anything about mouse and keyboard support for console? No. Why did I one-shot them to the chest back-to-back? Because there's a sweet spot in the game. You're not forced to use DSS. No, I just had it on by accident. Now, this is my favorite part of the game right here. And this is why I kept it in the video. What a great hill to bleed out on. But look, the dragging in first person. So good. So good. That animation is so good. Imagine if we had it in BF5. And I didn't see anyone have bugs or glitches with the dragging animation either. This is where, okay, because you can see what my brain was doing here, right? I was like, I need to go blow up this tank with C4. So what I did was I ran up to it with the spawn beacon instead. And it was far too late. It happens. I didn't know what my buttons were, so I was just running up to it with the spawn beacon. Is there ray tracing in this game? I don't know, actually. I don't think I saw it in the graphics. Which button is the C4? It's 3. And I don't know if you can change that either. Sniping looking good on this map. It did feel good on this map, yeah. Does it support crossplay? Yes. But I think it's optional. Optional crossplay. Did I get any cool ribbons? No, I didn't see any ribbons. There is a clip somewhere where I melee someone and I get a I get their dog tag. So I can show that animation if I can find it. But I don't know where it is. But no, it's optional crossplay, guys. So it's actually going to be... I don't know how often you're going to face console players. Optional crossplay, and even with crossplay turned on, you're still more likely to be matched with console players. Wait, I don't think I... Oh, I think I deleted that from the footage when I got that clip. Or when I got that snipe. Not bad. Can you use tow missiles on attack choppers? Yeah, I think so. I didn't. There you go. There's the 4-shot kill. That's an LMG. 4-shot kill. And yeah, I think he hit every shot. So, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're more likely to match with your input. No. I think it's platform, not input. So, controller players on PC will be matched against people on PC. On mouse and keyboard or controller. Doesn't matter. It's going to be platform-based matchmaking, not input. Not like Call of Duty, which is input-based. So if you're on controller, you're basically considered a console player, basically, almost. And if you're on mouse and keyboard, here are the worst lobbies imaginable. Have fun. Can you turn off crossplay? I think you can, yeah. How did sniping feel? It felt good, yeah. As I said, at close range, though, didn't feel good. And then, yeah, get out of here, Will. Apparently, Will was having a really bad time that game, and I made it much worse for him. So, W's in the chat. Dexter, thank you very much for the prime. Thank you. And Mouthstick Gaming with... I missed Break sub as well. Thank you for the 110 months, Break. Appreciate you. Sorry I missed that one. And also, Mouthstick, thank you for the 43 months. And Dexter, thank you. Was that Will from work? Yeah, that was Will from work. W from work. Crossplay the dumbest thing ever? Well, it's not the dumbest thing ever because you can turn it off if you don't want it, as far as I'm aware. Can you play mouse and keyboard on consoles? I have no idea. Battlefield's aim assist isn't as strong as COD's, no. Which is what Scump was asking for. He was like, I don't like playing multiplayer anymore because everyone's got aimbot when he plays. PC would be nothing but hackers without crossplay. Well, hopefully, you have to remember, this is why they're doing the secure boot stuff for this new game, for the anti-cheat. They're trying to mitigate as many hackers as possible. Yes, there will still be hackers. Swo2k, thank you for the prime. Terminus V, thank you for the prime. Luke the Greek, thank you for the prime subs. Appreciate you. Sound design is good. It is. I think that's one of the best parts of the game that I think we can all agree looks good. And again, by the way, guys, this is DLSS on. This is technically 1080p upscaled to 1440p. And I genuinely didn't notice. It's 1080p upscaled to 1440. And usually I can tell because you can see weird, like, enemies look weird at long range, like they're blurry and stuff. But I didn't feel it in this game. So maybe they've actually improved the DLSS model massively. And I genuinely felt the reason why I kept it on, by the way, is because I felt like I lost frames and input lag when I wasn't using it for the first time ever. I was like, you know what? It felt good when I had it on. It didn't feel as good when I took it off, so I'm just going to keep it on. You can tell they're trying to entice the entire COD player base because they showed the BF6 equivalent of the Kilo and the AMAX in every trailer. Well, they also invited, like, I don't know, 200 COD creators, too. Is it the DLSS4 transform model? I have no idea. I don't know. Did I have frame gen on? No. Frame gen, I'm pretty sure does add input lag. As far as I remember from the testing. I saw a video showing SMGs being too accurate even at long range. Even if they are, they do less damage than assault rifles. So if you're fighting someone at range with an SMG and assault rifle, it doesn't matter if you're hitting your shots. I'm pretty sure I saw when I was hitting people at range with an SMG like that one I've just been killed by, I was getting 12 damage. Whereas an AR is going to 100% kill you in 5 or 6 hits. So, yeah, you might hit as many shots. Oh, there you go. I don't know what I was doing here. I think I was just messing around with the sense to see if it would change. I was just feeling it how it felt. I wasn't sure what I'm doing here. I decided to change my sense to 72. Do you know what the server tick rate will be? If I had to guess, it's 60 hertz. Yeah, I was like, yeah, nah, that was dumb. Oh, yeah, look, they've got tinnitus SFX volume and tinnitus pitch as well, just in case you missed that. Put that back up to 6. In fact, I think I changed it from what it was. Oh, here you go. So here's more of the sensitivity settings. And this is when I realized that my FOV was super low, and I hadn't realized for the entire game until I actually got here. So I was like, ah, yeah, that's why it feels really shit. Where is the flick pick? I didn't turn it on. I didn't know how to use it. Do I like the UI? Yes. Although I would prefer maybe there was... I would probably turn up the opacity even less. Will the aim assist be the same on PC and console? No idea. Any region select options? No. I assume it will just be based on your IP address. How's sniper gameplay? Good. It's hard, but it's good. But then obviously once you get over a certain range, it becomes a lot easier. Would you say it's closer to BF3 and BF4? So I talked about this in the... I made a Battlefield 6 review video, which goes through basically every aspect of the game that I think people care about. The way I see this game is it's the gunplay of Battlefield 3 and 4, but you actually have better hit registration and lower recoil and less spread. So it kind of feels like BF3, BF4, but now you are much more accurate, and so you hit way more shots. You know what I mean? So in BF3 and BF4, if you spray at someone like, let's say, over here, you'd really have to tap fire to get them killed. Whereas in this game, you could probably kill that guy in like 10 shots, spraying, not even having to think about tap firing. And every shot that you aim at them would probably hit, as long as you're being accurate. You're excited to see the other maps. Well, the funny thing is, there is actually one other map that I haven't shown you, which is the close quarters map. But I did not have a good time on those maps. Really. So that, by the way, that's a good example. So here you can see that this is like a really glitchy revive. But it's fine in the end. Like, we could have easily like fallen through the floor there. Or like it could have like made it look really bad if he just like... You know what I mean? But I think this is why they had such issues with the revive mechanic and like pulling people off. Because look, this could easily have turned into, I pull him into the wall and he just like, look, this is, I mean, in third person, this probably looks, his body is probably just doing that against the wall, do you know what I mean? But it was fine in the end. He didn't end up going through a wall or anything, and it was just fine. That's where it could have gone wrong very easily. Oh, dragging. Sorry, not pulling them off. That's the one. That revive wouldn't even work in 2042. No, probably not. Do you like the way to... One thing I love about this game as well is you have the defib revive, and you have the movement revive. And I hated the Battlefield 5 revive on Medic. Absolutely hated it. I thought it was the worst thing in the world imaginable. So now that you have the option to do both, obviously, when you're reviving, I think it's so much better. The Battlefield 5 revive mechanic was the most, like, wooden, just, aggressive, and then it made you hard to shoot. I don't know. It was horrible. I hated it. The BF5 mechanic was cinematic. I felt like it was, like, jerky. Zachariah, I hope we get a Cyberpunk Shanghai map to destroy. So, I have a theory that we'll probably never get the Siege of Shanghai map because the amount of work that it would take to rebuild the Shanghai map in the new game would be insane. I just don't think they're going to do it. I just don't think they're going to do it. Someone in the community will manage, yeah. How would you compare movement in BF6 to BF5 in 2042? It's not like 2042. It's more like BF5, I would say. But maybe a bit more fluid than BF5. People need to move from that Shanghai map. It was a... No, the Shanghai map is probably one of the biggest spectacles in a Battlefield game ever. Can you shoot pilots out of vehicles? I tried a couple of times on the choppers, but I didn't think so. Maybe. Any clues where the compass went? Yeah, I don't know why they got rid of the compass. I don't know why we can't just have it on the top of the screen, to be honest, but... Oh, and I love the, I forgot to talk about the ragdolls, dude. The ragdolls in this game are so good. When they get blown up with grenades, even when you get sniped, a bit like Black Ops 6, I thought the ragdolls in Black Ops 6 were actually pretty good as well, where the force from around will actually knock your character backwards. And there's a point in, I think, the first game that we played on the Reveal, where I get sniped by MZ, and my character gets thrown off the cliff and like falls back into like a little valley, and it looks so good. And I just thought that was, yeah, that's like cinema. You're making it hard for me to... Okay, so the thing about pre-ordering is, what does pre-ordering get you? If it gets you early access, then probably I will probably do it. But like, if it's just skins, I mean, it's just skins. But do you not get anything for... Do you not get access to the closed beta? It's just skins. There you go. Skins of Battle Pass. That is weird. Why do you not get access to the closed beta with pre-ordering? 2 days beta early access. This is what people keep on saying. You do get access. I'm getting differing information. Oh, there you go. That by the way, I don't know. I have no other clips of this, but I do the prone dive right here. I don't know why I don't have many clips of this, but this is the prone dive. It's really not as dramatic as the Black Ops 6 one. Pre-order does give you beta access. Okay. Well, then, you know. Well, you know. I mean, if it gives you beta access, I'm just saying. You have to get EA Play Pro subscription player. I think I've already got it. There was a lot of early talk that this might be too much like COD. No. I wouldn't say this feels like COD necessarily because the maps don't feel like it. And it's different enough that I don't get that vibe. I would say some of the close quarters maps could... There you go. Look at that. There you go. There it is again. I get sniped and my character gets like blown away. Which is sick. So good, dude. Without it being like too crazy. Like I'm not like flying off the map. It's legit nothing like COD, exactly. I think COD players could enjoy it. Oh yeah, I had some weird stuff here, like. Wait. I have some weird stuff here, like. So when I'm aiming at this guy, I think I really thought I was gonna hit him. Oh, do I get shot? I don't know why this happens. So I don't know what happens here. That guy also just didn't get hit. In the last frame, like as I shoot, it goes off center. You see what I mean? You can see it going off to the left, and I don't know. Even though it did, I don't know. But it missed. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think maybe I got suppressed, and it made me like lose my breath or something. I don't know. I really don't know what happened. Looks like you get hit. No, because I would have got I would have lost health. I didn't lose any health. And yeah, sorry. And if you weren't here earlier, that tugs thing is dog. It's so bad. Like even when it is next to someone that it should be scanning, I feel like it doesn't even scan them half the time. Like there'll be like you've got this, so you can see it's like pulsing, right? You can see it's pulsing. I feel like there would be people inside that range, and it still wouldn't show them on the minimap. So I'm not gonna. If I can use anything except this, whatever this motion sensor, I'm gonna use it. I'd rather use the sensor balls. Yeah. Does the recon class get PLD laser designation? Maybe. I think they do. I think it was in labs. The UI information about points kills seems to be center left. Is that more difficult to read? Honestly, I don't think I looked at it once. What, you mean this stuff? Is there a setting to turn off all the points and icons on the screen? I mean, there's a UI command that you can turn off everything, but no, I think you either turn off the UI or you don't. But there was a lot of UI options, but I didn't look into them, so. Oh, yeah, I should probably turn. Oh, no, it's loud enough. Can you still get early access? You can get access once the beta starts, or I think you can. Apparently, you can't pre-order to get beta access, but if you get the EA Play Pro subscription, then you do. I don't know enough about it, and I probably should. Oh, I feel bad I didn't get that kill. How did I not get that? You get access from Battlefield Labs? Yeah, if you got Battlefield Labs, then great. Was I using the first laser? No, I was using the second one. Because I didn't believe that there was enough... I didn't believe there was any reason not to use the big lasers, because no one can see them anyway. I was saying there's a sick clip, MZ, where you shoot me off the cliff in the first game of the reveal thing. You didn't try that one? Well, it depends how you set the sniper up. Because did you go for like extended mag or something? Because that costs like 25 points or something. Yeah, so look, I tried to shoot the chopper. It said 40 points, but I did 5 vehicle damage. So if I shot it 20 times, maybe, it would eventually explode. Because I remember in 2042, I don't even know if you... Did you do damage to planes and choppers? If you shot them, I don't know. It can cancel vehicle repairs. There you go. No, I didn't do 35 damage. I think that's the points for me hitting it, not the damage done. That's the important part. Is the sliding the same as 2042? No. But you can do similar movements, but it's not the same. It's not like they've definitely remade the character controller from scratch. You only just real-time keyboard and mouse. Yeah. I think you're getting a bit of an advantage on keyboard and mouse over controller. So the fact that you were sniping on controller is pretty impressive. Because I don't know how far the aim assist extends at that range. I have no idea. Also, how was the event and travel for me? I absolutely hate flying. But it was a means to an end. I had to do it. And it was actually all right. And like it was like the flight was fine. We didn't have like too much turbulence or anything, but 11 hours on the way. Did we win this one? Yeah, this is the one we won. This is the first ever game I played. So you're saying convert to keyboard and mouse for Battlefield. If you're going to snipe, yes. I would say any other guns, you're probably good on controller. I would say so. You know? 11 is long, but it's okay. Yeah, it was all right. Did I notice animations where you can't look around? I'm not sure. Right, do you guys want to see some bad gameplay now? Where's some bad gameplay? Breakthrough? 14 kill breakthrough defeat. Let's watch that. So look, this is where I assume we just get dominated. But not terrible, but Whose footage are you going to use for the map game? Well, no, I think we do okay, but I think we just lose and we get like dominated on our spawn here. Hello from Bristol, mate. Can't wait to play this. Looks amazing. The map is 3D, I think. It is. You're right. That's a feature I forgot to mention. You can't really see it, but these are actually 3D models that your characters are walking through, and there's like an FOV to the camera. So you're walking through a 3D modeled miniature of the map. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see. Maybe I can zoom in on this. Ready? Tools, effects. Where is it? Video effects, geometry, interactive zoom. And there you go. So as you're walking through the map, it's a 3D model. It's visible? That's good then. I'll forget it then. Right, so there. That's helpful. There you go, we'll go back. This guy VLCs, although I don't know all the commands. Oh, did I get someone? I got someone with that nade. What? Did I have any problems with FPS and BF6? No, but I've been told that we were on 9800X3Ds. So, when do I throw a nade? I don't remember. I looked away too quick. Pardon me. Did you unlock all the attachments to the event? No, I'm pretty sure we didn't have access to all the scopes for sure. I think we had all of the other attachments, but not all the scopes. Because I'm pretty sure there was longer range scopes than 6x, right? This map was cool as well. Although that tree just disappeared in front of my eyes. This is a 6x scope. No class lock weapons. Nope. I still think it was beneficial to use your class's signature weapon or whatever. Especially on snipers, actually. The recon class gets faster rate of fire with snipers. So... that was... what the fuck? That was crazy. So I like... you can see him in the smoke. I think I think I was actually aiming on them, so... GG. That was unfortunate. The muzzle turns red when firing a lot. I didn't see that feature. Jack, we need Jack Frags to do a hidden features and details video. And then I can talk about this stuff. Oh, unlucky. I didn't realize I headshot him the second time when I was looking at the footage. Why did I stop? Oh, I pressed F10. That's why I stopped. Which BF would you say the controls feel similar to? BF5 is because that's the closest time we've had. Oh look, there actually, there you go, some nice destruction there. And I was kind of underneath it. So we're underneath this what's it called? This canopy here. And then they blow up the wall, and it actually blows up part of the top wall as well. And I think there is an area up here as well. But notice how I didn't take damage from that. If this was BF1, you would continue taking damage for the entire animation and then possibly die after it for no reason. But because it was settling, I didn't get hit. Again, more destruction behind me there. And again, the destruction doesn't seem to make the game lag either. Oh, I was gonna... well, I didn't get to res Benny, never mind. Do you get assist counts as kill? You do, but I didn't notice them counting up in the scoreboard. So, I don't think it's working right now. I'm not sure. It said, it says assist as kill. That's what it comes up with. But I don't know if it actually goes to the scoreboard yet. Is it possible to have 1440p on Twitch? It is, but unfortunately, they've not. Oh, this was a hilarious, funny meme. So, I run behind this box. I hit this guy with a quickscope, and I think I'm high enough that the grenade will go over the top. But what it does is it destroys the paint can, which is cool, and then flies straight back in my face. I think I laughed at this a little bit. But that is cool that it destroyed the paint can. Because the thing is, I'm not used to map dressing to be a physics object either. So in my head, in Call of Duty, for instance, there's certain things where if it's something that's supposed to be destroyed when you play the game, it just goes straight through it and destroys it as soon as you throw it. So I wasn't expecting, because it's gone now. I'm pretty sure those have been destroyed if we go back and look there. So I wasn't expecting it to react to me throwing the grenade. Look, it's gone. Look, there's only one paint can left. Usually, this sort of stuff doesn't have physics applied. You throw a grenade, it will just delete it out of thin air, and it won't bounce back. But it seems like set dressing actually has collision now. Which is new, as far as I'm aware. Because usually this stuff's client-side, but I assume it's got to be server-side. What do you think this is similar to other Battlefields? It's like BF5 sniping. BF5 sniping is actually horrifically hard, though. But I was going to blow them up with the C4 there, which would have been sick, but I was too slow. This game has way slower secondary switch. So when you switch to a secondary, it takes ages. And usually what happens is I try and hit them. I hit them, and then I switch to my secondary, and I die because it takes so long. It's BF5 with a sweet spot, is how I describe it. They said there was going to be a VR feature in this game. I heard nothing about that. Sorry. Can you still have access to play on the 7th? I mean, I will, I think, yeah. Oh, and I do like the new grenade animation too. Which is basically the copy of the BF3 one. It's a lot... You know how in previous Battlefield games with the grenades, someone would throw a grenade at you and it would give you a direction, but I don't know if it would actually highlight the grenade itself. It would just give you a pointer of where the grenade is, but that means that you can't tell if it's behind something that's going to blow you up. Whereas in this game, it gives you the Battlefield 3, like, even like a wall hack of where the grenade is, so you can kind of go, okay, that's going to kill me, and you can run around a corner and get away from it. Whereas I feel like in BF1 and BF5, when a grenade landed near you, you kind of just go, I hope I'm in cover, and then you die anyway. How do you feel about less verticality in BF6? Well, have you noticed how we're going back to more linear maps? So, for instance, on the New York map and this map, I don't even know if you can get on the roofs unless they add helicopters. You can do it on the... in 2042, every single map, you can get everywhere, no matter what. Which means... and this... Now here. I think... Okay, I'm going to finish my point. In 2042, you could basically get on every roof, and it meant that people just flanked you from really weird angles. McKay and the flying wingsuit girl just appeared out of nowhere. It was super annoying. In this game, you can't do that. Now, this is a prime example of me using the secondary. Right. So, how do I put this in slow-mo? Does anyone remember how you do it in VLC? How you put it in slow-mo? Video. This is the one thing I don't do. Video track. Is it tools? Right-click. Yeah, there we go. Or... right click and then playback speed. There you go. Slower, fine. Right. Okay. So I'm going to put my mouse where the middle of the screen is. Okay. It might disappear. Oh, it's going to disappear. Okay. I mean, it's pretty horrible. It's pretty horrible. So, just leave full screen. Or will that stop it disappearing? So, I'm gonna... Okay, this is where the middle of the screen is, where the crosshair is. Oh, it still disappears. Yeah, it still disappears. So, it basically goes up and to the left, and then just starts spinning around from the recoil. And I was just like... What? I was like, what, am I aiming for the middle of the screen or am I aiming for the red dot? Because I can't see either of them. Yeah, the pistol was like, it was messed up. It was like not good at all. And I hope that they make it easier to use, maybe? That'd be nice. I mean, look at that. This is, by the way, so now I'm going to show you. That's where the red dot is. That's where the middle of my screen is. Right here, where I'm moving the mouse. That's where the middle of the screen is, right there. So the pistol, maybe they don't need to change the snipers in terms of using them at close range. They need to make the pistols somewhat better. Like that's messed up. Hitting the same point from that distance IRL is unlikely. Yes, but this is a video game, and every other gun literally is a laser beam. But it is what it is. All right, and then we'll just play back to normal. There we go. Yeah. First hit with a sniper and then a pistol. One shot should be easy enough. Yeah, it was. I wasn't hit one shot in that guy either. Do you think they should take the sweet spot out? I don't think they are gonna. It's already part of the game. Like at this point in time, the game is not gonna change much from this beta. As much as I'd love to be like, yeah, guys, they can listen to the feedback and change things. This is almost essentially release quality. They're gonna have the sweet spot. My question is there gonna be a sniper that allows you to have a close quarters sweet spot so that I can actually kill that guy maybe? So can I use a sniper that maybe has really slow bullet velocity, like 400 meters a second, but I can actually one-shot people in the chest? And I know people will get mad at that because they'll be like, no, we don't want quick scope snipers. Yeah. Actually, I need to look something up. Can I look up where can I see? I was seeing if I have what I can talk about with stuff as well. What else can I talk about? Okay, I don't know what I can talk about. I don't know what I can talk about regarding the lab stuff. Rewind that? Wait, what happened? What did we miss? Oh, the dog tag knife. Yes, this is why I wanted to show this gameplay. Yeah. Is this good? The knifing. Was it before this? Yes, okay, good. It's this, isn't it? Now, I obviously pull out my spawn beacon first, as you do. So, did you see what happened there? I pull out my knife, and I think it's going to hit him, but then he disappears off my screen, and it misses. So, I feel like with the melee, they might have changed how it works in regards to, like, it's not lock-on anymore. Because I'm pretty sure in older games, if you just pressed knife on someone, it would just, like, aimbot towards them and just hit them. But I actually, like, stab and then miss. And then I do the animation. But they disappear off the screen because it's bugged. But unfortunately, VLC doesn't like... And then look. It doesn't actually say their name on it. I don't know if that's a thing. Like, I'm actually reading the text here. And it says, like, John... OBE John or something. I wonder if they'll actually change the text for when you actually get it. Because that would be sick if it actually... Is it John Doe? Yeah, it's John Doe. Right. So I feel like if they actually had the text on the dog tag, that would be pretty sick. Does it actually come... Oh, there you go, look. It comes up with a thing here, but it just says a random thing on the screen. Also, what the hell is happening on my screen right now? You know, guys, you have to understand, like, this is the first time I had an issue with the animations. Like, yeah, this animation is completely fucked, but It was fine most of the other time. It should be Jane Doe. Well, it's John Doe. But now it's Blake Matthew. Matthew Blake. Hopefully that's not his real name. Or is Kamikaze's real name Matthew Blake? And is his birthday in 1999? I don't know. It could be. And is his blood type O negative? Anyway, that was like the only knife that I got. It's the same for everyone? Okay. Yeah, every time you get knifed, you get doxxed. That's fair. That's a fair humiliation, I think. That was a close one. And then we lose. Okay, so this wasn't a bad game, I guess. But we did lose. Check my super chats on YouTube. Oh, sorry, yes. Hope all was well. I tried going back to BF5 on PS5 and felt the controls a bit clunky. Is it the same in BF6 on controller? Well, as far as I know from Lachlan, who plays on controller, he said he had to do a lot of changes to the default settings to make it feel good, which is what he then sent to all of the other creators. So, I guess you should probably watch Lachlan's video if he makes one. But he was saying that the default control, the settings, weren't great. And he had to change quite a lot. So, take that as you will. What's his name? Tactical Brit. There you go. And we lost. The game's not made for controllers? Well, no, it literally is, because they want to attract that market. So, they have made it for controllers because they want controller players to play it. And then what else? Did we have another? I mean, I can go and find the gameplay. Oh, I think this is where we played squad deathmatch and I just used the shotgun. Okay, so what I was trying to do in this match... Oh, we're already halfway through the game, so I guess this is great. How long is this one? Oh, well, do I have a longer version of this game? No, I don't. I have me C4ing a tank as a clip. Somewhere. This is where I was playing close range conquest, I think. Oh, and then look, this shows the spawn in animation when you first get into a match on conquest. And here are the here's the blurb stuff for recon. How did the game feel to me? It felt good. It felt good.
Someone get up front. Watch point.
What did I do at the beginning of this round? Oh, this is me using the ACOG site as well for a bit, but I didn't like it. And also, I'm just sitting AFK in the spawn for some reason. What's the sniper bullet velocity? The build that I had was 1,125 meters a second. No, this is the first time I used the ACOG too. How did hit reg feel? Felt good. 5x thing. Oh, and then there you go. I forgot I did this. So this is the movement. This is the movement speed whilst running around with a sniper. And then I pull out the knife, and you should see I'm running a little bit faster, but maybe not. It's not noticeably. Right. Oh, this is, and that was something that was annoying as well. It's a bit like BF3, where you pull out the thing that you want to put down, but it's not ready to be put down. And then you run into a wall, and then you can't put it down because it goes red, and then you end up in like a awkward, like you're trying to put it down, but it's red, but then you're pulling it out, and then sometimes it would go through the floor. That would happen quite a lot. And then this is, look, I'm running up, throw the C4. I mean, that looks fucking sick, doesn't it? The animations for the vehicles blowing up look amazing. It looks so good. And then, but the plane ones are better. The helicopters and the planes exploding. Westy has a really good clip of a plane crashing into the ground. It looks so good. You want to see it in slow-mo? Playback. Oops. Playback. What am I doing? Playback. Speed. Slower. Go. I probably should have looked at it for a bit longer. Oh, what? Can you do this? Yeah, I broke it. I broke it because I tried to mess with the controls. Anything else apart from the squad deathmatch? I might have a squad deathmatch gameplay from when we were playing. Game looks insane. Does look good. Does look good. Okay, squad deathmatch. Let's find it. This is the map that we didn't show, I think. This is when everyone kind of was just sick of it. Anyway. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a good. Yeah, so this was a good match. I probably should have showed this one. So this is either squad deathmatch or squad deathmatch or so domination. I liked domination. I didn't like squad deathmatch, but it's the same map. So this is Gibraltar, or is this Gibraltar, or is this Cairo and it's just a different map? Iberian offensive. So that would be. Would that be Gibraltar? I wasn't sure of what this map. Yeah, so this is Gibraltar. This is a new map that I've not shown. So this is a very small map again, but I don't know if there's a bigger version either. So we're using the. I'm using the assault class. And this is where everyone was using the shotgun, and I'm using the assault class with the SMG, and the grenade launcher. Port Royale with $100. Start, you're awesome, but the game falls a little flat for me. Most of the maps are forgettable, and everyone moves across the map at light speed. I did pre-order though, because Battlefield is my franchise for an FPS. I would argue that the small maps are forgettable. I completely agree with that. Liberation Hill is not like a map that I'm going to be like, wow, that was the best map ever. Gibraltar, I didn't play enough of it, but the New York map is an all-timer. I think the New York map is like banging. I think we'll all be remembering the New York map. Not even if you don't like the gameplay, it's that the New York map is a banger. And I think there's going to be other maps that we like. What else? I like the Cairo map. I don't think it's as memorable as something like Grand Bazaar, which is what I think it's trying to emulate. I would much prefer just a remake of Grand Bazaar, if I'm honest. But, oh, there you go. That was the slide jump there, look. So I do a jump into a slide, and then I jump. So you see, you can go jump, slide, jump. But yeah, thank you very much for the $100, Port Royale. Thank you, dude. There you go. I did the jump slide again. I'm just like jumping and sliding in this whole time on this map. Oh, that's something else I abused as well. Is the climbing up animation on this game over your head is really slow, and I think they either want to speed it up or allow you to drop from it. I can't remember if you can. But what I would do is I know I'd have people chasing me. I would jump over the wall, and then I would just wait for them to come over the wall, because you're stuck in an animation for like 2 seconds when you jump over that wall, and you can just 2v1 or 1v2 because they have, it takes them so long to do anything. Please no sweats. Well, there will be sweats on the close range modes, unfortunately. That's unavoidable. It's a oh yeah, there you go. That's me picking up someone's kit. I pick up the M4 with a holo. I actually can't remember what the holo looks like. Is it? It's all right. Quite nice, quite clean. The hip fire accuracy looks insane. It gets even better on the engineer class. That wasn't even engineer hipfire. That's the assault hipfire. And if you asked me what the adrenaline shot actually does, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I think it increases your movement speed, I think. I don't really know. It doesn't give you healing. They turn that off. I wouldn't mind that it started your health regen. There you go. I did it. I have no idea what it's doing. I'm moving faster, I think. Also, I think that the adrenaline shot has animation is way too long. It's like a 3-second animation. And when you're in an intense situation, you go to use it and you're like 1, 2, and they've pushed you and you're dead. So, oh, that was cheeky. That was cheeky. Let's have that again. So, come around the corner. They weren't expecting the jump. Boom. Hipfire. Didn't even need to ADS. And that's without the engineer class too. No suppression? No. The suppression stops you healing though. What are the perks of each class? If I remember correctly, assault signature weapon is assault rifles, obviously. Engineer's signature weapon is SMGs, and they get better hip fire. But I don't remember what you get for using assault rifles on assault. Faster reload, I think. I think you get faster reload speed on assault rifles. You get better hip fire on engineer. And you get faster rate of fire on snipers with the recon class. And then, as for the perks on assault, I don't know. I only played assault like 3 times. Someone might know. Did anyone play assault? How do you feel about the differences between the classes? They're fine. I mean, as I said, I couldn't really notice the difference visually between the classes, but you do want to use signature guns on your signature classes, I guess. But to be fair, we're on assault right now, and this hip fire is pretty good. I thought it was going to be way worse than the engineer. I'm sprinting and hip firing, by the way, at this time. That's what I'm doing. This is sprinting and hip firing at the same time. Oh, I think this is where is this where Benny shows me the RPG animation? I think that happens in this. Spawn beacon with AR seems pretty strong, I guess. The biggest issue, look, so I've done that. Okay, so I think I've worked it out. So I get shot there, right? Look at my health. So look, I'm on low health, down at the bottom left there. And then I use the adrenaline heal. And it does start this this health regen animation instantly, but it doesn't quickly get my health back, right? Which is what it used to do. I'm pretty sure what it used to do is it used to instantly start your health regen like this bar filling up. And then the bar fills all the way up, look, fills all the way up to the top, then you get your health back. So it's like a delayed stim. So it does actually give your health back faster, but only just. And I honestly don't know if that's really worth it. It's not bad. And then I stole this guy's gun, and he's using an AMAX. Which is not called an AMAX. I don't know what it's called in this. I don't know any of the names of the guns, apart from the sniper. What's the point in having a medic if your health regens that fast? Well, that's what I was saying in my BF6 review video, but I'm not against it. I don't mind that I'm able to play a bit more, what's the word? I'm able to play a bit more independently. Because that was always my biggest problem with Battlefield 5, is you weren't allowed to play independently in BF5. You had to sit around because you would lose health, and that would be that. Whereas in this game, you can definitely play solo quite aggressively. I like Pestily. I always meet Pestily at events. He's really nice. And I ran into 3 people. Ooh.
Our sniper's good.
I really didn't like how they give you ammo and health with the same pack. I honestly was like, what if engineers had the ammo pack instead of support? I feel like that wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world.
No footsteps there.
Medic can insta-revive?
There's not a lot of recoil either, no. The recoil is very easy to
No. Well, because then they have unlimited rockets.
very easy.
That's how it used to be? No. No, Engineer doesn't get the launcher, guys. Assault gets the launcher. Engineer... Oh, sorry. Assault gets the grenade launcher, but they just have rocket launchers. But honestly, I didn't see many people using rocket launchers on infantry. Oh, the... If I remember correctly, the... How do I describe this? The mechanic for getting back rockets and grenades on ammo crates is you have to stand on the ammo crate for more than 10 seconds. So you have to quite literally camp the ammo crate to get rockets back. It's not like you run up to it, it gives you a rocket every so often. You have to like stand on it for a really long time. So a buff to tanks. I mean, no one was going crazy with the tanks, but that was the same in BF4. No, but in BF4, I'm pretty sure it gave you instantly at least 1 rocket when you ran to it. Whereas on this, I think it waits and it says, no, you're not going to get a rocket yet until you stand on this ammo pad for at least 10 seconds, and then you get the rocket. So that's going to really slow down. It's really going to slow down people using rocket launchers. Gullah the Man, thank you very much for the Prime. Yornisen, thank you very much for the Prime as well. But yeah, thank you OSF as well. Ryan S, thank you. And Lazy Ninja, thank you. Seems like you start with more rockets though. Yeah. Wait, what happened? There you go. God, I mean, I think I've shown most of my gameplay. I don't know if I have any more that's like new and interesting. What else did I have? I have one more. I have one more before breakthrough. I have the squad deal. I've got this. This is where I think I didn't have a great time in this one. I think this is my second game of Conquest. Would you be in favor of a unique, separate type of ammo pouch for refilling explosives? I don't think they didn't want to complicate it though, so I doubt they'd do that. Outcasted Prince, thank you very much for the Prime. Thank you. Adrenaline clears and provides temporary resistance to flashbang and stun effects, boosts sprint speed, reduces explosive damage, and makes enemy footsteps more audible. Are there any cosmetics? Yeah, they've shown the cosmetics in... you can see your breath. Oh, yeah. Little detail. Look at the breath at the bottom of the screen. Where do I stand on the TTK? It's pretty fast, yeah. Pretty fast. Look, just wait for Jack's details video. I'm sure we'll have this stuff. And if he hasn't, he'll watch this and he'll be like, "Wow, you do have your breath." Why did I? Oh, I was testing my 360 here, I think. As you do. I brought a tape measure in. Are the snipers satisfying to use? Yeah, they're pretty good. So this is a part of the map that we've actually not seen before. This is behind the hill point. Oh, options. We're going into the options. Yes. Uniform soldier aiming with 0% coefficient for me. Infantry sprint. Vault over sprint. Crouch toggle sprint. Landing roll on. You can turn the landing roll off. I don't think I used it once. You know the landing roll from BF5? That's back, by the way. Obviously. I loved it. Yeah, I don't think I ever had a chance to use it. Have they said anything about when they're going to reveal more about the BR? No, they just did a teaser. And oh, there you go. You get a nice third-person view of the recon skin there. And there's my kit. Look, so you drop the kit, you drop the gun. But I think that's client side, and then you just drop the kit. Yes. Was I running a? Apparently, I was running a 5070 and a 9800 X3D in this gameplay, but I wasn't showing frame rate, so. This is where I'm just running around the map. It does look good though, doesn't it? And again, this is DLSS 1080p upscaled, not 1440p native. Is the sweet spot mechanic really back? Yup. Back. Oh yeah. The textures look so real. This was just high textures as well. I don't think this was ultra. This was high textures specifically. Because I didn't want to run the game on full ultra. They had you playing at 1080p? No, I was playing at 1440p, but I had DLSS on. Because it felt better with DLSS, so I just kept it on. Look at that, look at that. I know it's lagging a bit. Wait, hang on, let's go back there. The tank exploding in the distance and seeing the turret launch in the air. It's a bit laggy animation though. Mini D-Man, thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Thank you. DLSS quality, yeah. And they got beamed. DSS made that turret into a frame show. That's something else. That's level of detail animations at a lower frame rate. So I don't know if you can actually change how that works, but basically when things are further away, like when people are running, they change the frame rate of the animation because it will use less performance. And I think that's what that's doing. What do you think about shifting demographic? Wait, what? It's got nothing to do with the game. Bring back Dan Van Peek from BF3. I said I would love that. It's just a hard map to do it. Do you face the streamers get a private room at the events? They did, yeah. Would you say old Battlefield's finally back? Well, listen, guys, we've still got to wait. Ravik was talking to me about how he noticed sometimes his health didn't always go back up to full, and he doesn't know if that was a bug or not. So there you go, perfect example of the.
Time
hello.
Yesterday, and I missed those bagels already for breakfast.
Oh my goodness, Steve. With 1,000 bits, had an amazing time with you, stud, and I missed those bagels already for breakfast. I didn't even know that he'd played sound, but there you go. Thank you, Steve. It was great to hang out with you, dude. So, perfect example of the grenade animation. I knew where it was because it has the big red marker on the screen, and I could see a 3D marker exactly where it was, so I could put myself behind the wall. Whereas in Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1, it shows you that there's a grenade near you, but unless you physically see the grenade, you don't know where it is. But I obviously knew, right, it's right exactly there, so I could avoid it. And in fact, I think it has a different... Oh, what? Dude, what a... I don't remember doing this. Unlucky, bro. You must have been low on health, because I don't think that should have one-shot him. Also, that showed the... because I'm on level 2 UAV thing, look, I get the wall hack. So because I body shot him, right? When he goes behind the wall, I think I might need to zoom, or maybe you can see it. you can see a red outline of the player as he's running away. It gives you almost a wall hack. I don't know if... I know, VLC footage, it is what it is. You see an outline, red outline. But only for like a second. But it means that if someone shoots at you, you hit them in the chest, they reposition, you'll know exactly where they'll peek again. It is because of VLC. It's because of the VLC can't keep up with the bitrate, so it like lags. It's like this is what's it called, unrendered footage, so it doesn't like that it's having to play the full bitrate. Were there many DMRs? I didn't see barely anyone using DMRs. That's my... I didn't use DMRs because I didn't really care. But I never really saw anyone using DMRs against me either, so... Oh, misses, man. Surely I die now. I got Mr. Waffle Waffles, but he blew me up with an RPG. The DMRs had wild recoil on them, almost unusable. Oh. Yeah. Well, that's why I don't think I even tried using one, because I was just like, oh, I know it's not gonna... If they were good, I would have been killed by them, I think. I got like halfway through the... Oh yeah, that felt horrible. I'm not sure how I died. I think this is the server where I had the rubber banding. So like, I'm running around here, and look how far away I am from where he's shooting with splash damage, and he still kills me from that distance with splash damage. And I started to be like, oh, what's happening here? Are the carbines worth using? Again, I didn't see many people using them. The 50% healing effectiveness is recon trait. That's what stopped the healing to full. Maybe? Carbines. The M4 was great. Yeah, I didn't really get to use the M4. Westy used the M4. He's probably got some M4 gameplay. What would you change about the snipers if you had personal preference? If I had personal preference, I probably wouldn't have the sweet spot, and I would have snipers one shot up to like 10 meters. But listen, I'll take it. You know, I've always found, I mean, personally, it's going to be a bit bullshit that I'm going to headshot someone. I'm going to have to headshot someone at a certain range using a different sniper, and then they just accidentally body shot me at a certain range. And I go, I get, it is what it is. But it will be great for everyone else, because you'll just randomly shoot people and you'll get one-shots. But it means that when I'm in a sniper fight with someone else, if you picked the right sniper at the right time, then you can win the fight more easily sometimes. Any mentions of the balancing system updates? I didn't see that. Any mention of balancing system and updates? Can they do it without a full-on client update? Well, I'm sure they can, but they probably won't. You know what I mean? If they change the values of the weapons or like lock things, it's probably going to be a full-on update. So it does mean if something's broken, yeah. Will I need to run the EA launcher? Any informations, or can I use Steam? Steam has the game ready to preload, so you can play it on Steam. But I'm pretty sure it will just open the EA launcher in a small window. So, but you can. I don't know. Is it on anything else? I think it's on the Windows Store, maybe. I don't know. Probably everywhere. It doesn't require EA anymore. Oh, great. It's on the Epic Store as well. But you do need an EA account. Right. How does this one compare to other installments from the series? They've essentially taken what people consider to be the best parts of every game and just applied it to this game in a big gooey mess. But in a good way. I guess that's unfair. It's not a big gooey mess. It's actually quite well thought out, if I'm honest. Is there still a portal mode? Yes, they have. Actually, what we could do is we could watch that portal trailer, or at least the end of it, and I'll show you what they've shown in the portal trailer, which I think is honestly, it could even be bigger than BR, but I don't know if it will be. You have to remember that one of the big reasons why people like GTA 6 multiplayer and GTA 5 multiplayer is because they want the custom maps so they can screw around. And if Battlefield can provide that in some way, before we're getting GTA 6 before GTA 6, essentially. As far as I can tell, I don't know what the extent of is that. But they show a trailer showing what you can do in Portal, and it looks insane. It looks way more advanced than what we had in Portal 1. It had people placing their own assets, creating assets, like not creating assets, creating simple shapes. Oh yeah, this annoyed me. Why wasn't I able to jump up that? I was like running up against that wall for ages. Where there'll be tanks and shit in the VR? Yeah, I think they hinted at that, yeah. Oh yeah, so there you go, look. So this is the one time in the entire like 8 hours that I played where I felt rubber bandy. So people asked like, oh, did I feel any lag? Watch my character as I run through this. You see that? This was the only time I felt any server lag whatsoever. And it seemed to subside. Like, look, it's fine now. So maybe that was something to do with the building, or like there was like something invisible on our screens that was slowing us down, but that was the only time I felt any weird like glitchiness. Balthemis, thank you very much for the prime, by the way. Thank you. You sure the tank wasn't pounding the building? Maybe. But look, you can see it there. There's a little bit of like lagginess, but just a tiny amount. Look at that. Look at that animation. So like the new vehicle destruction animations are so good. So watch this chopper here. I'm pretty sure in 2042 when you blow up a chopper, it just went and then just smashed into the ground and then probably disappeared. And then I'm pretty sure the tail breaks off when it hits the ground as well. The new animations for vehicles blowing up are so sick. The plane one especially. Mac 8. Thank you very much for the 6 months. Thank you. Will there be rentable servers? I don't know about that. Did you try and get the Recon controllable drone at all? We didn't have it as a gadget. We didn't have it. We only had this motion sensor and the spawn beacon. How would you rate the sniping in Battlefield 6 compared to previous Battlefield games? But what am I doing now? Mouse and keyboard. I think this is when I realized that I had VSync on. Oh, this is where I bind slide to a dedicated key. Which is great. Because everyone else was having to double tap their crouch key. And then I found that I could just tap slide. Which changes the way that you can move quite significantly, by the way. Any helicopter feedback from my mates? They were Silk was saying that he thought that the what am I doing now? Oh, I was changing the ping key. Silk was saying that he thought the jets felt more like BF4, but then someone else told me that they thought the jets felt like 2042. So I was like, well, which is it? But Silk plays way more jets, so I would say I'd probably trust his judgment better than what I can't remember who said that the jets felt like 2042. I'll trust Silk. Yeah. So there you go. I didn't ask anyone about the helicopters, and I didn't really ask anyone about the tanks. I think I get in a tank. Do I get in a tank at some point in this game, and I just completely screw it up? I think I do at some point. Silk said that the helis don't feel good. There you go. But I guess it's the heavy choppers versus the little bird. The maps look good though. Look at how detailed the mountains look in the background. Like even compared to 2042, I don't remember if they had all these like weird scrapey effects. I actually can't remember where this map is based. Is it supposed to be... Oh, what is it again? It's in the Middle East, right? This map? Tajikistan. Yeah. I actually thought that was... Is Tajikistan a real place? I thought... For some reason, I thought it was made up. Oh. And then look, that's a classic. Look. So in older games or in the newer games, maybe in 2042. Look. So I shoot the guy repairing, and then he instantly pops in the vehicle. Yeah, I know it's obviously not made up because they use real world locations in this. I know. That's I'm just uncultured. It is what it is. If I've offended any Tajikistan people, then L in the chat. Listen, I just don't know. I don't know everything in the world. I'm just uncultured. It is what it is. I'm only half, but I still forgive you. Thanks. There you go, guys. Oh, here you go. Look, where tank gameplay. Let's forget about that. Tank gameplay. My question is why didn't he jump in the tank? Are you not allowed to jump in the enemy's tank until someone else has taken it? Because I feel like he should have just jumped in the tank and just stolen it from me. Battlefield 6 is officially an educational game. So I'm pretty sure I was talking to the guys and I said, I'll just jump in the tank and make sure they can't take it and I'll let myself die. And here's some epic tank gameplay. Also, the other thing was my sensitivity was insanely low. So I'm there like dragging my mouse, trying to get it to turn. And I was, yeah, it wasn't going great. And I never put it into first person when I probably should have, so yeah. But look at that. I feel like in previous games, even a splash damage from this would probably do a lot of damage, but it doesn't even get close to hit him there. Have they said there's going to be animations for entering and exiting vehicles? When you get on the Top Gun, you do an animation. But when you jump, I'm pretty sure I did it once. But you seem to just teleport in. The jet sounds are good. Yeah, they are really good. A lot of the sounds of the game are incredible. Really good. Basically, the visuals for the game are spot on. I don't think I have any necessarily like negative things to say. Look at that, dude. And this happens, and this is something that, you know, this is a dynamic moment in the game. This isn't like a cutscene. I'm just running around and a chopper falls out of the sky in front of me. And this happened all the time whilst we were playing. You just constantly, things are happening that, you know, that you're not expecting. Oh. Espresso. There's 3 people there. Nice nade. Do I get one? No, I think I die here. I have, look at the minimap. Minimap, bottom left. I have 7 people chasing me. Your sensors seem to be working there. Which, but by the way, that's even more confusing because it seems to have a bigger range than it scans on the map. Can you make the minimap bigger? Yeah, I think you can. Actually, let's see. Like, I'm seeing if I. Let's. This is where I die to my pistol, right? Let me see. So, my biggest issue with the pistols, right? There's a... Can I make it even slower? I can go frame by frame. So look, I hit him with the sniper. Now, the pistol is out, but I can't shoot. Look how long the pistol is out whilst I'm waiting for the first shot. Like, that might be what? 10 or 15 frames of the pistol just sitting there like this, waiting for it to be ready to shoot. So they need to speed that up. Because, well, 10 to 15 frames is how many milliseconds? Let's say we're recording at 60 FPS. So 15 frames is 200 milliseconds. 200 milliseconds waiting for the pistol to just be able to shoot. Or 250 milliseconds. Which might not sound like a lot of time, but that's a lot of time. When, you know, when you're waiting, when you the animation is showing that it's there, but it doesn't do it. I imagine the quick swap to a second is going to be a class unlock. No, it's not. It's not a class unlock. That's the problem. Because that's realistic. This is a video game. I don't care if it's realistic. It's all about fun. Exactly 250 milliseconds is the current TTK from full health to 0 with an assault rifle. So in the time that someone can kill me switching weapons, I'm already dead. Perfect. I forgot that that's how fast it is. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of bullet drop. Yeah, because the bullet velocity is really fast. 1,100 meters bullet velocity is possibly the fastest bullet velocity we've ever had. Maybe BF1 had similar. If I remember correctly, BF1 was like 1,000 meters on like the Gewehr. It was like 900 meters on BF5, and now it's like 1,100 meters. Is it practically hit scan? No, it's not basically hit scan. If it was like 1,500 meters, and we don't know if there is a sniper that has that, then it would almost feel like hit scan. Maybe if there was sniper rifles with a shorter sweet range. Well, that's what I was saying would be nice. I think we were winning this. I didn't realize that we were winning this round, but I've noticed that you struggle to put gadgets down. Yeah, it's a timing thing, because there's a time that it takes a while for it to actually pull out, and then it takes a while if you've then mistimed pulling it out. You run over some cover that doesn't allow you to put it down. And then it cancels. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know what? You're pulling it out, guys. Come on. Anyway. Oh, that guy was doing the crouch sprint, by the way. And look, there you go. Look, that's a 3-shot kill with the. I think it's an M417, but it's fully automatic. Three-shot kill. That's crazy. Yes, the pullout was delayed. I mean, what do you want? Am I using the different scope here? Or am I using the one that I was always using? Is the M24 in this game? I actually don't know, but I think all of the weapons have leaked anyway, so... Like, I'm pretty sure every sniper is leaked already. On labs. I'm pretty sure there's a M98B, right? I think I've seen a video or a clip. Leaked. Yeah, it's all been leaked. The entire weapon list has been leaked. The DXR1 had 24. Yeah, had 1,000. Yeah. So 2042. Well, there you go. Hasn't the NDA been lifted now? No, you're not supposed to post footage or photos from labs. But, I mean, it's all out there, so might as well. I get the feeling this game will be like a modern BF1. It's more... There's more going on in this game than BF1. Like, it's much faster paced. It's less casual, in my opinion. But it has the sweet spot. Like, BF1 really, like, kind of numbed everything down to make it very simple to just pick up and play. This game is a bit more complicated and has more nuanced movement and gunplay. So, I wouldn't say it's like BF1. It has BF1 mechanics in it, but I don't think the gameplay feels like BF1. I would say it feels more like BF5. You know, with all the different movement mechanics and things you can do. But more fluid and it allows you to be more aggressive. You know? That's what I'd say. Well, yeah, I think that's most of my gameplay now. I don't think I have, apart from obviously the gameplay from the event. I probably have more of that. Oh, there you go. I'll send you guys over to watch Max Eek's gameplay because he's got loads. I'm sure he has loads. So yeah, I'll send you guys over to Max Eek. But yeah, I think I've gone through all of the gameplay, or at least the nice gameplay that I have. I have 2 games. Look, I have 2 games here. Horrible squad deathmatch, terrible squad deathmatch gameplay. Maybe we can watch that tomorrow. I don't know. I think I just did not enjoy that at all. And then do I have any others? I have a 14-15 defeat on Breakthrough. And I have the menu stuff. Wait, was there anything I wanted to show you guys from the menu? I have a close-up of the character models there. At least. Look, this is interesting. So this is a real close-up of the character models. Both on assault, I think, because it's the sledgehammer. Although we didn't have access to the sledgehammer, even though we have a sledgehammer on our backs. So how does that make sense? Let's watch it. Well, maybe we'll do it. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I'll watch it tomorrow. Oh, jeez. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. I mean, guys, we might be back. You know, we might actually be back. I thought you were going to show the portal. Oh, yeah. Sorry, let's watch the portal reveal stuff first. I think that's one last thing I want to watch before we go. There's a whole trailer on the portal reveal stuff. Let me have a look. So, Battlefield channel. Let's see. And I think they might have it. Do you know videos? Oh, here we go. Battlefield maps and portal. Yeah, here you go. Yes. Okay, so this is the portal section of the trailers that I really wanted to have a look at. Look, ready?
And with the return of Portal, you can also build, share, and play your custom creation.
With the return, so like, do we have subtitles? That's kind of annoying. Auto.
And play your.
With the return of Portal, you can build, share, and play your custom created experiences. So, literally only up, whatever that game was. What's it called again? Literally only up in Battlefield with custom assets. You can have jump maps, I assume, in the same vein.
This new more.
Again, this is just like team. I mean, people can just literally run custom servers of just good jump maps and shit like that.
Powerful version of Portal will enable
more powerful version of Portal
creators to use an updated toolset that features
assets, and not just any assets as well. These aren't just like blocks. I think you can genuinely like move buildings around. You can make maps from scratch.
Editing tools that will.
Although I think this doesn't look like. Is this actually going to be the Portal? Like, are we looking at the Portal creator, or is this like the devs version of Portal? Do you know what I mean? Because this looks way too complex for something that someone would have access to on Portal, but
let you create even wilder experience.
so yeah, I mean that's insane. This is an entirely created map by something. Of course, they wouldn't show internal. Well, I think that's that's what I'm saying. It looks like the devs version. This looks way too complex for, you know, for our poor brains.
Wilder experiences.
And then look, it's the proper assets. So this is a death run mode.
That's not all. In Portal's newly redesigned verified
They said it would
mode,
use that.
modifiers will allow players to set up hardcore rule sets with one-shot kills, closed weapons, so much more. All with full progression.
And then look, what? Tank v tank, so you can have what, 32 tanks v 32 tanks or something?
game.
And what's this guy doing? What's going on here? Why is there a guy without a parachute? Is this the no-clip mode? It's got to be, right?
With
Admin tools.
updates to our UI and navigation systems, it will be easier than ever to find and share exciting new experiences made with Portal. We can't.
Incredible. It's going to use a custom version of Godot. I don't know what Godot is, but I'm sure you guys do. We're learning everything today. I mean, Tajika-san exists. Incredible. Full XP gain, surely not going to go wrong. They're going to have to do something about that. For sure. They're going to have to do something about people just abusing experience gain. Because, yeah, it's just going to be XP farms. And if it's that bad, if I can't remember what game it was, but it might have been Battlefield Hardline, where there was more people playing the custom maps farming experience than there was playing the actual game. And that will happen if people find a way to abuse it. So, Growbag, thank you for the 32 months. Chardazar, thank you for the 2 months as well. Wait, do they say... Let me just work... Do they say anything else before I go?
Wait to see what you create, share, and play.
I don't know. I don't think they say anything else after that. Like, they did not say anything about... No, that's it. It is what it is. Was that 2042? Maybe. I thought it was Battlefield Hardline as well, where everyone was just running blood money on the no-kill servers. Good times, man. Good times. Anyway, the game's looking pretty hot, man. Right? I really want to see what we actually end up with at release. 9 maps, allegedly, right? I was, again, very worried because the number of times we've had the game release and it releases with, like, 5 maps, or Hardline was 5 or 6. Battlefront 1 was, like, 3 on certain modes. So, you know, I'm in a good mood about the game. I'm excited. Obviously, people are crazy hyped about this game. So, it's great all round, really. I'm looking forward to it. I might be back on tomorrow to show you the rest of the gameplay because I'm probably not going to want to play anything else. You know, I'm not going to play Warzone. God, imagine that. Imagine playing Warzone instead of just watching gameplay instead. So forget that. I'm probably not going to stream anything else. Maybe some Grounded, other than this before the game comes out, which is on before beta. Sorry. So I don't know what I'm going to do after the beta ends. That is going to be a whole other kettle of fish. But yeah, I'm at least not going to play much else until Thursday. And then after the beta ends, what the hell are we going to do for like a month and a half or whatever it is? I might just go on holiday. Arc Raiders beta? When? Have they said anything? What do you mean Arc Raiders beta? Cold storage? Sorry, who said Arc Raiders beta? Please, Arc Raiders. Please. There is no beta? Oh. Great. Exciting. Right, guys. I'm going to send you over to Maxeek, who is... I actually hung out with Maxeek at the event, and he's a proper top lad. So I'll send you guys over to Maxeek, all right? But thank you so much for watching today. As I said, I think I've gone through, like, I'm going to say, like, 70% of my gameplay. I've probably got, like, 30% left. And if I'm bored tomorrow, I might just be back on, because what else is there? Let me make sure I've got the right one as well. Has he already gone offline? I love that this doesn't work. No. It's Maxi. I love the way that it didn't find that. Okay. Right. Anyway, guys, go and enjoy Maxi's gameplay. I think he mainly played Medic and Assault. He might have done some vehicles as well. But, guys, I'm very excited. Thank you so much for all the support. I mean, literally insane. Over the last 5 days, it's been the most insane streaming experience for the last, 6-7 years. It's been absolutely mental. So thank you for all the subs. If you gave a Prime sub if you literally talked in the chat during the reveal stream, sorry. And thank you very much for being there because I couldn't read the chat basically at all. So thank you for hanging out for that one because it was fully scuffed. It is. I did what I could. So thank you for hanging out during all that. But yeah, I'm so excited for the future of this game. Hopefully they absolutely nail it for launch. And as I said, the fact that it's not buggy or it wasn't buggy when we played for the entire 3 days, that's going to be a big thing for me. Is that the game is already in beta and it's not buggy, and seemingly it's looking good so far. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you tomorrow, probably with more gameplay. Who knows? What else am I going to do? Thank you for watching. See you later. And I'll